The Viltrumites will always be a threat.
Tara, are you sure about this?
How did you not ask her out?
You know I hate being spied on.
But what do I know? I'm old and boring.
Run, Johnny! Stay alive!
I think I want a second opinion.
Well, that went well.
You heard it up top. We are rolling along and hitting another milestone because we're hitting 390. It's episode 390 Whatcha here on Normies Like Us with your hosts. This is Colin.
Mike.
This is Jacob.
Wow.
Wow.
What
390.
you doing, guys?
What you doing?
Right.
We're going to find out. We're going to talk about what we've been watching, what we've been playing, things like that, as we're getting the episode. But before that, I wanted to highlight some cool stuff in the world that kind of has happened serendipitously in between the last episode. And that is, we talked Project Hail Mary, and then we talked The Wind Rises. And we were throwing around Werner von Braun and Jiro Horikoshi and the jet rockets and airplanes. And now we have Grace Ryland himself. We're doing an Artemis 2 launch that happened this week.
Hooray.
And they're on their way to the moon right now. And that's very exciting, I think. Yeah.
We're actually sending Ryan Gosling up there for real. He's on the shuttle.
That's
think.
right. And
Put Ryan Gosling, the actor, on there.
they're going to have a rocky trip out here. But get this. So the Hail Mary was full of grace. I didn't realize that until this week.
Ah.
It's stupid.
That is funny.
But I like it. But yeah, we're going to space, baby. So
Artemis
that's cool.
2, just, to think about, we went to the moon in the 60s, 69, right? And then for a long time, we were like, we don't need to go back to the moon. And now we're going back to the moon. But it's not landing on the moon, right? It's just like
they're doing
orbiting the moon.
just a reach around, and a flyby, basically. But it'll be the furthest distance anybody has traveled away from Earth in the history. We're going to go across and around the dark side of the moon, which we've never seen before. So there's some exciting stuff happening with that. And I was just thinking
I was
about...
talking to a woman today whose younger brother is an aeronautical engineer, and he's working on lunar colonies.
Bro, yeah. Well, I think that's the theory, because once we have a colony in the moon, then we can build spaceships on the moon and then get to Mars, use that as a launch platform to go to other parts of the local galaxy.
Right. I mean, that's what, Colin, you mentioned For All Mankind. It's kind of all about colonizing the moon and competing with Russia over space colonization and everything. But I find it a little depressing just in recent NASA developments where they've been sort of downsizing everything they've been doing at NASA in favor of privatizing space exploration through SpaceX and whatnot. But they discontinued the shuttle program a few years back, which was like, the space shuttles. We kind of all grew up with them and going to the ISS and stuff. So to discontinue those, it's like, man, what are we even doing anymore? But it's good to see something happening in that regard.
Yeah. At least until Bezos and Elon Musk are getting government contracts to send stuff to the ISS. That's going to be annoying.
Right.
What can you do?
I prefer NASA over privatized space companies, but that's just me. But
right.
What are you going to do?
No, but it was on my mind when we were looking at our wooden and cloth covered airplanes to think of landing on the moon before even computers, just a bunch of ladies doing manual calculations, like how far we have come. It really is amazing. So despite of the bleakness of recent events, it's cool to have at least one thing that's like, you know what? Yeah, that's pretty cool. So. And
Mike, I'm sorry, you said ladies doing calculations or little rock spiders? I didn't hear you.
Oh, let me tell you this way. By gesture. Yeah, rock spiders. Why is this room so messy? Amaze. But anyway, yeah.
Question.
Space indeed.
Yeah, so very cool developments there. And, speaking of space, maybe that can lead into what we've been watching.
Oh my goodness, you're right.
With a little show called Space Trek.
That's a good point. And there's never really a lot to do up top on these watches because we're just going to be shooting the spit. So yeah, that's a great transition, Jacob. Let's boldly go where a lot of people have gone before and talk some what we've been watching right after this.
We're back here on Normies Like Us. We're talking Whatcha. It's episode 390. That means, like we said, we're just going to be shooting the shit, talking about what we've been watching. Jacob, you just threw it over to Mike the man who wants to talk a little Trek.
Yeah. Errata a lot. I've been watching a lot of stuff. It's more like it. So there's been a lot of news kind of regarding Star Trek. It's one of our favorite kind of franchises. We like our Strange New Worlds, our Deep Space Nine, TNG. We've done several episodes on Trek, Lower Decks is great. And we recently had the new show, Starfleet Academy, had its first season come out, and then
That's right.
was immediately canceled before the second season could even air, which has already been shot, and now there is no Star Trek in production currently, as far as I know, at Paramount. So an interesting time for the franchise.
Yes, and of course, we've been following the development of Star Trek Academy for a while now, even going back to
Starfleet Academy, sorry, that was my bad.
Starfleet Academy. Yeah, Star Trek Academy.
Same shit.
What's the matter? It's
Talking about
literally
Strange
the
New
same
Worlds.
thing. Did you say Star Wars Academy? That's right.
That's right. We do have a war college.
Obviously, we've been talking new Trek, Alex Kurtzman's Trek, for a while, for several years now, with Lower Decks and with Strange New Worlds specifically. We've talked a lot about on the show. And we've been sort of, been mentioning Starfleet Academy, development of that show. Like, I think we even talked about when it was first announced and said, "Oh, I don't know about that," and everything that we saw coming out about it. But it finally did come out, and I'll say I gave it a chance. I watched 3 episodes, and I kind of noped out. Unfortunately, I might be the reason why it's getting canceled, because I didn't keep watching it. But maybe I'll come back to it and watch the rest of the episodes. I just was busy doing other stuff. But Mike, you have seen more episodes than I, correct?
Well, I'll say I watched all 10 of the season 1 episodes. I didn't expect to make it. But Colin, did you watch any of these, just for viewers' sake?
I watched none of it. I really have no knowledge of it outside of a trailer where I was like, this looks dumb. So give me kind of the laydown, because I kind of know enough of what I don't like about it, which is just sort of seeing what it looks like.
Right.
Well, can I say, obviously the big casting news as far as actors in it, you have Holly Hunter as the captain /
Dean,
headmaster of this school, Dean.
She's the Dumbledore.
She's the Dumbledore of Starfleet Academy.
The Dumbledore of Star Trek.
You have Robert Picardo
I got
coming
sorted
back
into engineering.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of is like that, unfortunately.
It totally is, yeah.
You have Paul Giamatti as the big villain character, from what I've seen, or at least in the beginning couple episodes. He's sort of the antagonist. You have Robert Picardo, the Doctor from Voyager, coming back. So it's always nice to see the Doctor. And I ain't talking Doctor Who. I'm talking the EMH, the Emergency Medical Hologram. And then you have your kid cast, your young cast of students, including a guy named Caleb, I think, who's sort of the main protagonist, who's well, maybe Mike, you want to talk about?
Is he a handsome white guy, Mike?
Handsome, not white guy, maybe. Or, yeah.
But his mom is She-Hulk. She's in the show too.
That's right, Tatiana Maslany.
Yeah, but there's basically, broadly, it's a college, formatted show where you have some college hijinks where they're feuding with other students, prank war episodes. You have some of those standard, school-based media trope episodes mixed with some Trek.
Lighter stuff.
Yeah, so
a lot of callbacks to other, a lot of nostalgia, being, beamed at you, remember this, remember that. And, of course, it is set, we should say that the time period is very important, because it's set in the Discovery period of time, which is, or where Discovery ended up, which is 1,000 years in the future of older Trek, Deep Space Nine, TNG era.
Colin, does the word post-burn mean anything to you? The words post-burn.
Yeah, post-burn.
So that's a really dumb thing that happened in the Discovery timeline when all the dilithium blew up and ruined warp travel for 100 years.
Cried because their mom died.
So as a result of that,
in Discovery,
everybody's been separated for a long time, and they're trying to recreate the Federation. That's kind of the premise of the show.
Yeah, so essentially in Discovery, which is sort of the worst Star Trek show that they ever did make.
Ever.
Well, did you finish this one?
Yeah. But basically, Discovery starts in the TOS period, actually, pre-TOS, where they have this experimental ship at the time that has a spore drive and all this stuff. Michael Burnham is there. We all know our beloved character, Michael Burnham.
Right.
That's where
Spock, Pike. Yeah. We have Michelle. Yo. and we have all our favorite characters there. We have, but essentially, so after 2 seasons, they go into the future, thousands of years into the future, to a post Starfleet era, I guess, where, like you said, all these planets are separated and sort of communications have broke down post burn, like you said, because.
So is their ship the only ship that can do warp drive? Is that what that
No,
means?
because well, basically it was like this mass casualty event where basically every warp drive in existence that was being used at the time blew up, causing like millions of people to die and all these spaceships to be blown up and all these civilizations to be spread out. And so it took a long time to sort of rebuild the Starfleet as we know it. And that's kind of what the show is all about, is a rebuilding Starfleet Academy and like repopulating Starfleet with young people and all this kind of stuff, and like bringing the galaxy back together.
Of Major Kira?
Basically, they do some of
They
that.
do stuff like that. Yeah, like
Yeah.
again, you have Robert Picardo, he's a hologram, so he can kind of exist through thousands of years of time.
I'm older now because they paid for the trial version.
Yeah, he's like, I programmed myself to be older so that humans are more comfortable around me. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever.
I'm sick. I'm Robert Picardo.
And you have like a hologram main character as one of the students who's kind of like, oh yeah, okay, there's another hologram here.
A holographic life
She was
form.
kind of like the most annoying character to me in the few episodes that I saw. But
you guys think I got opinions on symbiont characters? Wait till you hear my opinions on if holograms are people.
Oh, no.
Right, yeah, hot takes about
hologram rights call.
Nope.
But you have things that I don't like. You have a Klingon character named Jaden, which I was like, what the fuck? Why is it like his name is like J-Den, which is just like, I don't know, lazy writing to me.
Mike, I want to hear your opinion on all this, but when I hear these things, I guess, how do you not go for either the easiest version of this and either just literally have it be Kirk going through Starfleet Academy, or if you're going to have these like made up Klingon characters or something, just have Alexander be like the star of a show where he goes to Starfleet. Like, you have characters there already.
They don't want to do that era though. They want to do this Discovery era.
Why?
So
Why do
new eras?
Why do any of that? Why do any of that?
Good question. That's a good question.
You know, I've been saying for a long time, was sick of Star Trek being so self-referential. Even Strange New Worlds, even though I liked it, it's like, oh, it's Kirk. It's now we're bringing in, like all these franchise characters. Like, I like when Star Trek is in the future. So I was actually kind of okay with that as an idea. We're ahead of the timeline.
But I don't mean to say the dumbest thing ever and make it seem like I think you guys are dumb as well. Star Trek is set in the future. If you're doing a show
of the future,
but
it's all the future.
If you're doing a show that's set in the OTS timeline, guess what that is to us? The future. I don't care about where it lies in the time. You have infinite possibility to tell any story. It doesn't. Why would you ever feel slavish to be like, oh, what's this Discovery thing we did that no one likes in the history of the fandom of Star Trek? Well, I guess we're bound to it.
Yeah.
Colin, I totally agree with you, and I would love for them to do a show set in the TNG Deep Space Nine era, which is what Lower Decks is, but
which is canceled now too.
It's a little different. Right, but no, they want to move on. They want to, they want to separate themselves from having to do so many callbacks and nostalgia and stuff. So they want to set it in this thousands of years in the future so that we can do new stuff. But then they're also doing nostalgia callbacks, so they kind of want it both.
They can't help themselves. Yeah.
There's no other card to play.
So I mean, the easy way to do it is it's Hogwarts but Star Trek. Like we kind of joked. It's fairly mid overall. I watched all 10 episodes. There's maybe 2 or 3 episodes that I'm like, oh, this is okay. But they have like the sports rivalry episode where it's like a laser tag game and they're feuding with the other students. It's like really tropey, just like dumb shit.
We play Quidditch, we play Quumble.
We play laser tag, basically, yeah.
We play laser tag. Do.
It's very dumb.
They have like Betazoids come in the 3rd episode, which is what Deanna Troi was, right? Who's so they have the Betazoid love interest of the main character come in, who's like this young Deanna Troi type character, and then she goes to the War College or whatever. So there's the War College and there's the Starfleet Academy, the kind of their rivals, right? because it's a more warlike time because everyone doesn't trust each other. So they're trying to bring Betazoid back into the fold of Starfleet, but Betazoid's like, we don't really trust Starfleet because of blah blah blah. Post burn. So it's about bringing those
I don't
ideals
like
back.
anything that you're saying.
No,
I
no.
don't appreciate any of the words that you're using.
No,
my
again,
friend.
this is Alex Kurtzman, my nemesis, who's been the the
Right.
showrunner of New Trek since Discovery, and
documented.
Enterprise, right?
Jacob's hatred of Alex Kurtzman.
that's right. And this is what
Documented on
it's
the
all
podcast.
about. And again, you have the people saying, "Oh, it's woke, blah blah blah, woke DEI, Star Trek." Which here's my take on this: it's not obviously Star Trek has always been woke, and that's not really up for debate, right?
Right.
TOS, and even William Shatner, 90-year-old conservative man, weighed in on this on Twitter and said, "Look, when we came out in the 60s, we were considered what would be considered woke now because we had interracial romance and stuff like that." And so if fucking 90-year-old Shatner can say that, then I don't know what some other people's problems are. But
Yeah.
my thing is like, so it's not the wokeness that makes it bad. It's the
Writing?
writing, and the old Star Trek was woke, but it was not cringe. Okay, it was not this sort of millennial Gen Z dialogue and stuff that doesn't fit in the universe. It wasn't trying to sort of force certain didactic lessons on us to the same degree that like it didn't feel preachy in the same way that New Trek can feel preachy. And I think that's the difference. Like old Star Trek was competency porn, right? Because it was people just being very competent at their jobs, and that's what I feel like a lot of Star Trek fans want. And when you have some of these goofier moments in New Trek, it doesn't land. Like you have Holly Hunter, who was an interesting character to me, and I didn't totally hate her, but then she does stuff that triggers me, like walks around the bridge barefoot. And I'm just like, a professional Starfleet
She doesn't wear
captain
shoes.
would not do that. Okay, like I don't like it. I'm sorry.
What are you saying?
It's post-burn, baby. Look, yeah, it has a lot of
whimsical,
issues.
Colin. She's whimsical.
She's whimsical. She's the same species as that engineer from Strange New Worlds, Pele, who's like hundreds and hundreds of years old.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So she remembers the Federation pre and post burn. That's why she's in charge of the school, because she has a memory of what it was like before.
Now, is it true that she has a pet phoenix?
Almost. No.
Yeah, she has a beard. No, but she sits in the captain's chair in a way that triggers me.
Oh no, she does it weird.
I don't hate her as a character. Like I think she's bringing an interesting energy to it as a Starfleet captain, but there's just certain things that it's like, is it too much to ask for professionals to act professional, like in the workplace? Like old Star Trek, always do that, like, these more goofy moments where it's like, hey, whatever, it's just like I don't like.
You know what? All right, because you're right. Then we have like Reno in here running around making jokes and shit.
Right.
But Tig Notaro plays a character that's always cracking wise as one of the teachers. But we were saying, did Josh Whedon ruin all of fucking media for the last 20 years because of his writing style? And like this has that problem where it's just too quippy for what Star Trek should be. And they're like, last thing I'll kind of mention, how period movies, they say, oh, this person has iPhone face. Like they didn't live in the 1800s. This has like the opposite of that, where it's like, they're saying like, not explicitly Riz, but they're talking like Gen Z Earth people now.
The dialogue
like
that
no
I can't
shit.
stand, where they have this obsession with writing current day dialogue. And it's like, that's not how they would speak 1,000 million years in the future, right? So like, why does it feel so current day when it's supposed to be in the future?
Dabbing.
And I think like the goal for this show was to try to introduce Star Trek to the younger generation. Like, hey, hello, fellow kids, Steve Buscemi meme, right? And it just kind of didn't land at all, unfortunately for them. So I kind of don't have much more to say about it.
Yeah, I had the similar problem that I kind of noped out after 3 episodes, and I do want to finish the season at some point, but it's just like I don't want Star Trek to die. I just want it to be better than it has been. Even Strange New Worlds has its moments like this with bad dialogue and the romance stuff. It's like, old Star Trek had romance and stuff, but it never.
Oh yeah, people are fucking in this show.
Over. Yeah. It's like a CW Star Trek show. That's the best way I can explain it. and that's not really what I want from my Star Trek person.
Right. So let me say this before we can kind of transition from this. One, I watched the Red Letter Media. They put out a video about Voyager season 1 today. But they alleged to have a source who kind of was within the circle of Paramount, and they said that their source claims the entire series of Star Trek Starfleet Academy got 400,000 views. That's 40,000 per episode. That is a poorly performing YouTube videos level of numbers. It didn't do anything, apparently.
Yeah, from what I know, it never cracked like the top 10 most watched series on Paramount Plus, which is like...
What else is on there?
Not that show is on there.
Yeah.
But the fact that a new show coming out couldn't crack the top 10 most watched when it premiered, and the fact that you mentioned Red Letter Media, which I find them,
I like my Wisconsin boomers.
Yeah, they're just crotchety old men who have a lot of the same opinions on Star Trek that I do. But they released a DS9, like they were doing retrospectives of like these older shows. Right?
Yeah.
They put out their DS9 episode the same day that episode 1 of Starfleet Academy premiered. And that DS9 video had more views on YouTube than Starfleet Academy, which simultaneously premiered their first... You can watch the first episode of Starfleet Academy on YouTube for free.
Same day, yeah.
It had less views than that RLM video, which is very funny.
So yeah, so not great. It got canceled, even though season 2 is in the can, and then now nothing's in production. Then you think about the mergers and stuff. You're like, are we going to get anti-woke Trek in the future? Is that what's going to happen? I'm very worried about the future of Star Trek. Is what I wanted to wrap this up on.
We have our shortened season 5 of Strange New Worlds, which is sort of the wrap it up season that they're allowing them to do, which is nice.
And then that's it.
Like you said, Lower Decks ended. And that's it for the foreseeable future. They had the terrible Section 31 movie, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I've been saying it for years, but it's the Alex Kurtzman of it all, and it's the direction they've been going in that needs to change. And they tried to do it with Picard. Obviously, the first 2 seasons of Picard were bad, but the third season they tried to course correct.
More traditional.
I don't know. They need to reevaluate what they want from Star Trek. But maybe it's not such a bad thing to take a little time off from producing new series.
They're probably not going to greenlight anything until leadership is figured out.
Remaster and release Deep Space Nine in HD, you motherfuckers.
They filmed it digital. You can't do that. See,
it's
old series were on film. You could upscale them, but now I guess you could do it with AI bullshit. Upscale it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can always go and watch old DS9 episodes in TNG and be like, man, things used to be better, and I can be my old man shouting at the clouds.
They also mentioned in that Red Letter Media video that Outperformed that they released on DS9, they said some young people are getting on the internet being like, hey, no, you know what? Older Star Trek does kind of cook. So some people are finding it. Go check that out if you want. But
it's like people actually want like a serious hour-long drama about moral quandaries and things like that, and like take it seriously. It doesn't have to be like all this, hey fellow kids type of stuff. But that's just
and have it optimistic. Look at Project Hail Mary. It felt like a weird Star Trek conundrum. Like, oh, what are we going to do? But there's like a hopefulness. The ideal of social equity in the future. We need that.
And it is sad to me because I see Robert Picardo on Twitter is like arguing with people and stuff about like, hey, like give it a chance, like come on, it's not so bad. And it's just like, man, I appreciate everything you're trying to do, but yeah, like
I'm really trying.
He's really doing triage for this show, doctor style.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sorry.
All right,
better.
But that's about way more time than it deserved, I'd say. Starfleet Academy. I'll watch season 2, but it's already cooked. So yeah, there you go. Speaking of doctors, Jacob. Do you have anything clinically related to discuss?
Well, I've been saying, for a while since we did our Night of the Seven Kingdoms episode, I've been saying HBO is back in a big way. They had Night of the Seven Kingdoms. They had, of course, The Pitt season 2, as well as another show, Industry season 4, which was airing at the same time, which I can also talk about. But The Pitt season 2 currently airing. It's in its last final episodes of the season here, but it's back, baby.
Heck yeah. Picture perfect.
My woke doctors are back.
Wow.
And you guys, of course, haven't watched The Pitt at all, have you?
I watched one episode. Okay.
Okay. I keep trying to pitch all my friends, telling them to watch it. I do know that a friend of the show, Cassie, is a watcher, so I can shout her out. But I try to get people on board with it. I think it's a great show. And I'm not, technically, I'm not a huge medical show fan or anything like that. But I think it's a very well written show, well acted show. It's a very medically accurate show. They say it's the most accurate medical show like that. Like they try to get all the technical details as accurate as possible.
It's
And it's the 24 of medical shows, and then it takes place in a single day. Every episode is an hour of the day, and it takes place in real time. It's got a great cast. That's been pretty lauded in the last couple of years. Big news today that literally just dropped today is that unfortunately my favorite character is not returning in season 3. Yeah, Samira Mohan. So that's kind of sad, but that's kind of the nature of the show, is that you can have rotating cast members in and out as they they go on to do their residency at a different hospital or whatever. So
yeah, for sure.
Necessitates that.
He'll be back.
I hope so. I'm a big fan of that character.
No, and it's getting a lot of. I need to watch season 1. It has been. There's a lot of positive buzz around it. I just have pathological demand avoidance. When people tell me to do something, I just don't do it.
I've been really trying to sell all my friends, and I think once you get into it, you will get hooked potentially, because it's just good TV. And it's like, again, I'm not a medical show fan. I'm not a Grey's Anatomy fan or anything like that, but I think it's very well written. And if you're just a fan of good TV, then I think you'll appreciate it. You got Noah Wiley or Weil, whatever. Which is very funny. He was, if you've ever seen ER back in the day, this is sort of the spiritual successor to ER. Don't tell Michael Crichton's estate, because they're in an active lawsuit against them for potential copyright infringement. But it is the
we'd have
the old
to pay you
showrunners.
how much to develop a sequel to ER? Well, no, actually, we developed this separate doctor show.
But it has the novelty of the 24 angle of it all, so it is different than ER.
Sure.
But you have Noah Weil, who was in the pilot episode of ER. He is the brand new medical student who comes in. He's the naive medical student, and now he's the chief resident of the hospital. So that's kind of a fun angle.
The fan canon is that character went on to be the guy.
Yeah, it's not the same character, but it's John Carter versus Dr. Michael Rabinovich, but everyone calls me Dr. Robbie.
Well, he went in witness protection at some point and changed his name. It's him. It's fine.
Yeah,
that's cool. Fun fact.
Wow. So, and you keep telling us that you're just there and watching it because you love the horny autism representation.
There's a lot of it's the fandom of the show is kind of insane, actually. Like it has sort of like it has a fandom that you wouldn't expect from a show like this, where people are shipping all these different characters together. It's interesting. It has an online fandom to it that.
Well, I didn't mean that.
Sometimes seems to be watching a different show.
Is autistic? Who's like having sex?
Well, okay. So there's Dr. Mel King, which is Taylor Dearden, her sister. So she's like a mildly autistic character. So Taylor Dearden, Bryan Cranston's daughter. If you don't know,
on the spectrum.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if the actress is.
I'm saying the character is.
But the character is. But her sister is like more autistic than her. Like her sister is to the point where she lives in an assisted living facility, and essentially she's the caretaker of her sister, who's like more severe autistic. But there is like a plot line where she comes into the hospital, and it's revealed that she's having sex with her boyfriend of 6 months that Dr. Mel didn't know about, and so she's like kind of freaked out about all that and stuff.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's what we're talking about. But you have Dr. Langdon, you have Dr. Santos, you have Issa Briones from the Picard show, Dr. Santos, another fan favorite character. Just a really great cast. So I'm a fan of it. Yeah.
Do they do episodes where like they give the patients the bill and they're like, "Oh no, I'm going to be bankrupt due to this care"?
Right. We're checking out here.
I mean, there is a lot of that because it is very much current events. Like, healthcare sucks in this country, and like this is like an understaffed hospital that's constantly packed and like is constantly in need of like more beds and stuff and more nurses, and like Dr. Robbie's like fighting with hospital management about stuff. And it's like, so it's very much is like current events type stuff. Yeah.
Do you guys think you could do it? Did you ever have the itch?
To be in
To
medical?
be a doctor.
Be a doctor, be a nurse, be any
Never,
sort of health
ever, ever.
practitioner.
I don't trust myself with
I-
other people's lives in that way.
Yeah.
You have to be, yeah, you have to be very assured of your skills because you obviously are taking someone's life into your hands.
Mhm.
I've thought about, getting into like as a possible career alternative, doing basically like radiological technology. So like doing X-rays,
Yeah.
CAT scans and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
On the
Okay.
technical side, not dealing directly with surgery or cutting patients open,
Patient
but,
care.
the imaging. Yeah, because imaging cameras, there's kind of a connection there with filmmaking
Oh, yeah.
and stuff. So, yeah.
What about you, Colin, though?
Yeah.
You ever think of medical as a thing?
No, shout out to past guest Allie, who is a military doctor, now a private citizen doctor, an internalist, and a just a general practitioner.
Nice.
Is she a fan of the show, The Pit?
I don't know. I've never asked her that. That's a very interesting question.
I'd love to know.
I guess I probably should.
My stepmom, who is a nurse, likes the show a lot and says it is very medically accurate. And so that's what I've heard from a lot of healthcare workers and stuff, just the accuracy of it. And obviously they have like a million rare cases in a day that you would never have that many in like a 24-hour period. But that's, the TV side of it. You have all these different unique cases and stuff because you wouldn't want 20, broken legs or whatever.
Right.
That would just be boring TV, right? So you have these unusual cases, but it's not like house level of like insane rare mysteries and stuff that need to be solved.
Right. No, that makes sense. Remember when they used to make, like, there's Adam 12, I think, was an old cop show back in the day, but they would just take real cases that happened and then kind of like dramatize them, like zhuzh them up.
Yeah, or like
Like-
Law and Order, SVU and stuff.
Right. Yeah, it's like, it kind of reminds me of
ripped
that.
from
kind
the
of vibe.
headlines. Yeah.
Yeah. But The Pit.
But yeah, it's just a really well-made show that I would suggest to anyone. And then I can talk about another show that I never watched before on HBO until recently, and then I caught up to it when it was airing its fourth season, and that's Industry. Have you guys ever watched or heard of Industry?
I have not. Mike, you're a fan, right?
No,
Am I
Industry I've
wrong?
not seen. What's it
No,
about?
You've never seen that?
No.
So Industry, I sort of wrote it off at first as sort of a Succession-like show, and I was like, why do I
Right.
need to watch this? I've got Succession. But it's essentially it's about the financial industry in England. It's sort of like England's Wall Street, whatever that's called. Sorry, Brits, I don't know what your Wall Street is called. Probably something
Longleberry
dumb.
Lane. Yeah.
So the London Bridge Street.
Mm-hmm.
But it did air its fourth season this year, and it was really, I mean, this show changed a lot. Like I've never seen a show that's changed so and evolved so much over 4 seasons. But the first season is kind of like Succession meets Skins, in that it's a bunch of like young hot people doing drugs and having sex, but also doing like finance stuff. It's about the cutthroat world of the finance industry, right? But then it just evolves into something totally different in seasons 3 and 4. And it's hard to even describe. It's like what it's about now, but it's just insane. And Mike, your favorite android actor, David Johnson, is in it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, first 2 seasons at least.
Now we got to correct the guy who is single-handedly shutting down my Romulus sequel because he doesn't want to come back for it. We're not
right.
friends now, David.
And
I'm kidding.
he did leave after season 2 to try to be
Real
in
movies.
movies and stuff. So
Okay.
but he's in the
Am I
first 2
wrong?
seasons.
Jacob,
Nice.
is Jon Snow in that show?
Yes,
that
so
right?
season 3 and 4,
Oh.
Kit Harington comes in, and it really, I mean, okay, here's the thing: Kit Harington, Jon
Horrible
Snow,
actor.
The Black Knight?
Well,
Horrible actor. No, Jacob, admit, horrible actor.
I used to think so. So here's the thing:
Yeah.
I always thought as Jon Snow, he was whatever, kind of one
Pretty
note.
shaky. Yeah.
And I always thought of them as, that kind of actor. Never has my opinion been more changed on an actor than watching him in season 3 and 4 of Industry, where
Wow.
he's acting his fucking ass off in such a non-Jon Snow-esque character that he got typecast as that character for so long. He's playing such a different character in the show, and he is like the star of season 4, and he is so good in it. I'm just like blown away that he's the same actor that played Jon Snow. So yeah,
Okay.
I totally changed my opinion on him.
Kit Harington, all
So
right.
you have Kit Harington. He plays like he's like a member of the nobility in England whose his dad at age 40 just like walked out into the marshes on his birthday and killed himself.
Oh
And
my
so
God.
Kit Harington is like dealing with all this mental trauma. He's like a drug addict, and he's like, am I going to kill myself on my 40th birthday? And
Hmm.
he's like, so it's a very interesting show, and it's all about like his marriage to Yasmin, who's like a main character of the show. But it becomes very much the Kit Harington show for a while, which is interesting because it sort of backseats the actual main character, which is an actress named Myhalia, who's also a great actress. I think the cast is really good, but season 3 and 4 they're adding all these actors. Like you have from all these other shows. So you have like Charlie, what's his name from Stranger Things, Will's older brother. So he comes in season 4.
Oh, right.
You have Don Draper's daughter from Mad Men is now in it. So you have all these different actors.
Right.
It's an interesting show. Like it's pretty outrageous at times, but it's a fun show.
Okay.
So I would recommend it if you're into that kind of show. Like again, the financial talk that like I don't understand a lot of it. It's sort of like techno babble and Star Trek to me.
Right.
It just kind of goes over my head. But it's about power plays and stuff. Yeah.
What do you find in these shows? Is it that power play structure? Because obviously that's what you liked in Game of Thrones, and you were a big Succession head. But I find these kind of shows like too dry, personally. But where's the juice that you're squeezing?
Well, I think Succession is one of the best written and funniest shows of like of recent times. Like I think that's such a good show. I actually put Succession up there with like Mad Men,
Breaking Bad,
Sopranos, The Wire, Breaking Bad. Like it's to me on that tier of shows.
Are all just shows of people talking about business. I just don't care about people talking about business.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you're such a big Mad Men fan, Colin, and that's
Yeah.
it's not that different
but
yeah.
But I would argue that show ultimately at its core is about how Don Draper hates business, and he is in his heart the same as me, and it is just about him sabotaging the very core of what is like these other shows, right?
I think industry is ultimately about it's about addiction to me. It's about the addiction to basically betting your life savings on a number going up or down on a screen, and the rush that you get from like making money in that way. Like obviously all the people in the show would be terrible people in real life that I would not identify with in any way. Same with Succession. It's all about these terrible rich people.
Do they do a GameStop episode or like a super stomp, a meme coin?
They do mention stuff like that, crypto and all these kind of current events type stuff too. But it's really the details of the deals being made are less important than like the power dynamics and like people betraying each other. So in that way, it is very Game of Thrones of like, oh, your co-worker is like betraying you to do this deal basically and throwing you under the bus to make millions of dollars. But I don't know. I like it. The main character Harper Stern is basically like this black woman from America who comes to London and like just wants to prove everyone wrong that she's like this financial genius that's like making all these deals and stuff, and everyone underestimates her because she's like a young person of color and stuff. But she's like the most ruthless one of them all, and then they're all just doing like cocaine and just like banging each other.
Wolf of Wall Streeting it up
and stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. It's a fun show, and again, season 3 and 4, like season 1 is okay, where it is very much like Skins meets Succession, but it evolves into something totally different in seasons 3 and 4. Not everyone likes that, but I don't know. It's good. I like it.
Nice. I don't like spending money with finance people. That whole world is icky to me, so I don't wish to be exposed to it.
But it's supposed to make you feel that way.
Yeah. Right.
And you have again the actress who plays Yasmin is another actress that I like a lot. She was in she played Amy Winehouse in the Amy Winehouse biopic, which isn't the best.
I forget that existed.
Yeah, but she was in Steven Soderbergh's Black Bag, which I saw, somewhat recently, I guess. So I don't know. Check it out if you're interested in that kind of thing. Again, Ken Lung astronaut from Project Hail Mary, is like Harper's
Oh, right.
mentor, Eric Tao, in the show. And everyone's just ruthless to each other, but they're all like, I don't know. It's hard to describe, but it's a show I like.
I got the Star Trek pitch. Give me Ferenginar and it's their financial industry and all the backstabbing of the Ferengi. That would be very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. The rules of acquisition, get Rom and Quark out there. Grand Nagus.
Yeah, I was say Game of Quarks.
Yeah, Game of Quarks, basically.
I like that. And again, it's just a show that I never watched until season 4 was airing, and then I caught up. I started from season 1, sort of binged it, and caught up to season 4 while it was still airing, and was caught up to the point that I was watching week to week by the end of season 4 because I had watched the previous 3 seasons so quickly. So
Is the better joke Dabo of Thrones?
I was thinking the Grand Nag of Thrones, but
I like that, Mike. That's good.
yeah,
figure
get
it
Wallace
out.
Shawn,
Yep.
get Armin Shimmerman, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
that's industry. Industry
Colin,
of the Pit. HBO's back, baby.
HBO's back,
Yeah.
baby. I have a footnote for HBO, but I'll save it for a little bit later. What's
It's
at the top of your
simultaneously back
list?
and also might be dying because it's getting sold to Paramount. But
Right,
well,
yeah. Everything is horrible. What's
Well,
been at the
Mike,
top
what's
of
on
your
my
list,
list
Colin?
is-
Yeah.
I don't like any of the YouTube stuff you said earlier. I don't like any of that stuff Jacob just said. The future of media is terrifying me. I'll talk
Uh-huh.
about another show that's a second season that's canceled. And Jacob, I know you enjoyed this as well, but Ted.
Oh, right.
This is a
I still
show
never seen the
that-
movie.
I started watching at your recommendation, Colin, and I caught up on it pretty quickly and enjoyed it. And this is a case where, we were talking about One Piece, how expensive it must be next season when they have Tony Chopper prominently featured. It's a CG animated character that's so expensive to make. I think this is the reason that Ted is not going to get a third season.
The
Basically,
whole
what
show.
Seth MacFarlane said is like, you don't understand. This show is insanely expensive to make because Ted
Every
is in it
episode.
so much. Yeah.
He interacts. He's doing things. The
Right.
episodes are centered around him.
Which is a
Mhm.
bummer that it's so expensive to make because it is like a sitcom. So maybe it's not justifying the price, but this is a show on Peacock. Now, I'm a big fan of The Orville. Speaking of Star Trek, Seth MacFarlane's Star Trek-like show.
And keep
Yeah.
the Star Trek talk going. How many guest stars do we get this season, Jacob?
Oh, you mean his best friend, Scott Grimes, who's in every single
Well, that I
thing that he
love.
does?
But I
Yeah.
would say it's Star Trek. I'm saying Penny Johnson's in this, right? Whatever
Yes.
her name is.
Yes, Penny Johnson
what-
Gerald, who was a main character in The Orville and was also in Deep Space Nine as Captain Sisko's love interest character, girlfriend, whatever.
Mhm.
What's the name of the Black Vulcan?
Tim Russ, Tuvok, who's also in The Orville. If you ever watch The Orville, there's a ton
That's
of Star Trek cameos in that as well. You also have Robert Picardo, and you have Dr. Phlox from Enterprise. So obviously Seth MacFarlane, a huge Star Trek fan who just wanted to make a Star Trek show, which is why he made The Orville, and then tried to add as many cameos and things
Yeah.
from other Star Treks that he could.
All right, so here's the thing, yo. The show's not great, but I love to laugh. And the
It's
thing is,
funny. Yeah.
I love Seth MacFarlane. And I don't know if
Mm.
that's like clearly understood on this podcast. I say all the time that American Dad is my favorite show.
Mhm.
I
right.
fucking travel twice a month now and we'll spend a week in hotels. And let me tell you guys something. From 4 p.m. to 10 p.m., Comedy Central only shows Family Guy now. Every weeknight.
Really?
Like
Right.
they do a 6-hour block of Family Guy and they just do random episodes. And I will sit and turn that on in hotel rooms after a long shift on my feet and fucking laugh my ass off, dogs. I fucking still love Family Guy.
That's
You love
great.
Seth MacFarlane.
Hell yeah.
And here's the thing: people associate Seth MacFarlane with Family Guy. Of course, he does 3 of the main voices, but he's not like written directly for that show for like a long time. I think.
No.
Right? He's busy doing his million other projects, which is American Dad, The Orville, movies, Ted. Like he has so many other interests that people just think of him
American
as the
Dad.
Family guy. Yeah.
Mhm.
And of course, also starring Scott Grimes, and of course, Seth MacFarlane
Yes.
also
Right.
has 2 voices on that show. But I just This kind of show, Jacob, too. I was such a That 70s Show fan, and I really liked
Oh
that
yeah.
90s shows too. I like young dumbasses up to mischief. I kind of miss that genre.
Hmm.
Like, I
Yes.
love a hangout comedy sitcom, like something Quentin Tarantino would fucking love, I guess, right?
Right.
So I'll miss this show,
Right.
man. I hate that they just cancel these things, but it's all about money. I get it.
Again, Seth MacFarlane said, it's so expensive to make, and I'm still mad at the canceling of the Orville, or the hiatus of the Orville, which
Yeah,
may never
it's all
come
written.
back.
It's all written.
And again, I'll stump for the Orville every single day of being the best Star Trek thing in like 20 years. Like, I think it's better than Strange New Worlds. As much as I like Strange New Worlds, I think the
Yeah.
Orville is the best Star Trek show since Enterprise or whatever. And again, Scott Grimes, major character in that. He's like the Tom Paris of the Orville, where he's like the pilot
That's
or
right.
whatever,
That's right.
and
And
plays the
Mike,
dad in this family. Yeah.
Hmm.
and he's so fucking funny. He's maybe my favorite character again, Jacob. But Mike, I'll just say that when I moved to Los Angeles, the first film I saw was Ted 1 at the Arc.
Mhm.
It blew my mind. Joe and I bought tickets. It was sold out, so we could only go front row. So I had to like
Whoa.
look up at the
Yep.
whole time, and I still laughed my ass off on like a Saturday night in a packed movie-loving city, right?
Yeah.
I recommend that film, and I recommend Ted 2. I know that sounds dumb, but I really like both those movies. I've sent you guys that clip where fucking Michael Dorff plays Worf and gets in like a
Right.
huge fight at Comic-Con. Like, it's really cool. And Ted 2.
Again,
It's
Seth
Oh, yeah,
MacFarlane
Michael Dorff.
loves Star Trek.
He-
Did you ever
it's
see the
like-
TNG
it's
cast?
all he
on
likes.
Family
Yes,
Guy?
on film.
Yeah.
It's the best episode. Will Wheaton.
That's right.
Yeah.
Am I saying it weird? Will Wheaton.
That's what people
Nice.
understand. That Seth MacFarlane, they just think of him as like an edgy joke guy, but he loves Star Trek and musical
loves Star
theater.
Trek.
Those are like his two
He
favorite
loves
things in the world.
Hmm.
The D&D episode, Jacob.
Hilarious.
Oh dang. That might have hooked me.
And yeah, so my perspective, Colin, having never seen the Ted movies, I've never seen Ted.
What
Wow.
a reveal! What a reveal!
Which is
You're
why I was
gonna watch
reluctant.
them, I guess, chronologically then, considering this
Yes.
is a prequel?
Yeah,
So
right.
here's my
Weird.
take: is that so I jumped into this show having not seen those movies,
Yes.
still enjoyed the show, and I understand the premise of the movies,
Yes.
so it's not a mystery to me. But my take is that they need to make the movies non-canon, because I don't want this nice young kid to have to grow up and become Mark Wahlberg. I'm against that.
I should have known this, Jacob, because again, talk about things you are legendarily known for on this podcast. You hate Mark Wahlberg.
I don't know if I hate him.
You've
guess I-
talked about a lot how you're like, he is like, if he is in a film, you're like, fuck that movie.
Well, he's notoriously like not a great person, right? In real life. I also don't think he's a good actor. His best
Yeah.
performance of his career was in Boogie Nights, of course, a movie that he disowns
But
because it's
that is your crutch, of course, is that you're like, but obviously he's amazing at Boogie
PTA.
Nights. And we're like, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
a movie that he doesn't associate with because it's too
No.
lewd for his
Yeah.
sort of
No, he's too
Catholic
Christian.
persona.
Have I
Yeah.
have I
Hmm.
told all you guys that my mom is paying for that prayer app that he invented now?
No. Really?
Yep.
Huh.
And she keeps saying,
Uh,
"Who does it hurt?" And I'm like,
Yes, he's very, very Catholic and obviously
Yeah.
famously like beat up a Vietnamese guy when he was young and like blinded him and stuff and like
Jesus.
assaulted him. So like, yeah, he's like, and maybe he's sort of atoned for that now and isn't, made mistakes when he was younger, but still, like, I don't think he's a good person. And
"Yes, it was a
Yeah.
rapper."
Yeah, yeah.
that's right, Marky Mark. But
Ted.
Ted,
Yeah.
the show, like the kid that plays young
great.
John Bennett,
He's
Max
really good, man.
Burkholder, I think he's amazing.
And of course,
And-
it's all about the classic dialogue exchanges. Him and Ted just doing these riff runs,
Just
right?
doing
Jake?
riffs, yeah. Meanwhile, and again, the parents, like you said, the mom is a standout of the show. The mom actor in this character, who's just like the nicest lady you've ever met, but very naive about things.
Oh, what?
And they're they're this New England Boston family, and you have his cousin who's played by did you know this, Colin? The Blair is played by Georgia Wiggum, Shea Wiggum's daughter.
Yes. Now I do know that, Jacob, because I'm familiar with this girl because I, of course, watched Punisher season 2, where she's a huge main character.
Oh, right. Let me tell you, that Halloween episode where she dresses as Catwoman. From
yes.
that.
When I said I'm familiar with this woman, I did mean that I'm familiar with this woman.
Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman suit.
Yeah.
Amazing. But yeah, a great core cast of this family, and sort of a great rapport, very funny show. And I like that Ted, like, no one acts like this teddy bear come to life is like some amazing thing. He's just treated
Totally
as like a normal part of the life.
A wish.
Yeah.
Right.
At one point he says, "You guys were all made from sex. I was made from a wish. I'm pure."
Nice.
Mike, the final episode of the show is the dad has a heart attack, and they're all so worried of his health. And again, because it is a prequel, it is a period piece set in the 90s, that it is revealed to be the day of the verdict of the OJ trial, and the entire family has to fake that OJ's arrested because they know their father is so racist that if they learn that OJ has been freed, that he will die of another heart attack.
We must keep this news from him.
So offensive and so funny.
That's a very good
the dynamic of the dad is like this conservative asshole character, and then
a Bostonite who works at Dunkin'
like
Donuts,
a hippie. Yeah, so they get in political fights and stuff. There's an episode where he meets Bill Clinton, played by Seth MacFarlane, with like AI. I think
I saw that.
They used AI filter to do Bill Clinton over his face, and then it's just Seth MacFarlane doing a Bill Clinton impression. Which I'm against AI, of course, but it is a very funny scene when he meets Bill Clinton.
It is good.
Yeah, I've never had much of an appetite for his style. Like I didn't watch a lot of Family Guy or American Dad. I know it does, but I do need to give the Orville a chance. Like, and maybe this too, because I'm sure I would really like it if I gave it a try.
Again, Star Trek fans, we just ranted about Star Trek for like half an hour, but the Orville, again, it was pitched as like Star Trek with Family Guy type jokes, and that's kind of how it starts. But as it goes on, there's less and less jokes, and it just becomes like TNG basically.
Right.
And there's some really standout episodes, I think, in like the second and third season. So I really recommend it. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Nice.
And Ted, love Ted. I want Stewie and Roger and Ted all need to meet, and what would that be like, Colin?
Did you guys hear about the Stewie spinoff?
No,
is it like Young
Stewie
Sheldon?
Spinoff got greenlit. It's kind of like Young Sheldon. It's
but
about Stewie going to a boring preschool, so then he takes the kids on adventures through time.
Okay. Magic School Bus meets Rick and Morty.
Yeah, what are you talking? Exactly.
Yeah,
that's Mike. That's exactly the pitch.
That's where it would be.
With Family Guy is interesting because it's a show like The Simpsons that I don't keep up with like current seasons. I have not watched Family Guy in like 15 years. Like I think the early seasons of Family Guy were very funny when I was like 13. But it gets to a certain point where it's just like current day Simpsons. It's just not really a show that I keep up with anymore.
Will both these shows go on forever, guys? Like, isn't it more cost effective at this point, just from a content perspective, to just fire these people and not keep paying these actors and creators and writers and all these things? I mean, you have years of content.
Well, I would assume that they're still making money on new seasons and stuff, so it's still worth putting out. I mean, there was a point in time where it was Family Guy, American Dad, and The Cleveland Show all airing at the same time. The Cleveland Show got canceled after a couple years, right? But
Jacob, the boner you just gave me. Do you remember that David Lynch was a lead character on the Cleveland Show?
Right.
Yes, he voiced a character that was David Lynch as a bartender for some reason.
These shows are my life, guys. I love these shows.
There's also that
Generational
post
run.
So obviously there's the Apu documentary about a white guy voicing Apu in The Simpsons, and
Mike Henry,
from the
course,
fallout of that,
there
was a Cleveland's original voice actor was a white guy, and they eventually had to change that, which is probably for the best. But Cleveland Show. I don't know.
Bring back old Cleveland.
But I don't keep up with American Dad either, but I do think like in its
back on
prime
Fox.
it was better than Family Guy because I love the character of Roger. To me, like he's a better character than Brian or Stewie or anyone in Family Guy to me.
Yeah.
Like I love Roger the alien. I think he's
Absolutely.
a very funny guy. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, good TED
Thank you
Talk,
for coming to
guys.
my TED Talk, you said. That's very funny to me.
We got more shows or movies?
I got a show real quick. I'll try to do some quick hitters, but I've been watching, well, I'll do a movie into a show. I watched Rental Family, which was directed by a acquaintance
Very
that I
nice.
met years ago in film school named Hikari, and she also did Beef, the show with Steven Yeun and Ali Wong.
Oh,
So it's the Brendan Fraser movie where he is an actor who's struggling to find work, and he becomes an employee of a rental family service in Tokyo, where he pretends to be people in strangers' lives for pay. Like, oh, I'm going to be a father to a girl whose father's not around, or I'm going to be a best friend to this old actor. And it's about a real service in Japan where you pay people to be like, can you be my grandpa for a day? And somebody will come out and just pretend to be your grandpa for a day. And it's kind of having to do with the loneliness epidemic and the way these fake relationships kind of become real in a way through the connections you make with the clients. So it's a really beautiful movie. Brendan Fraser does a great job. But from that movie, I want to transition to Godzilla Legacy of Monsters because two of the
I
actors...
mentioned,
yeah, go ahead.
speaking of Beef that you mentioned, did you know they're making a new season of Beef with Oscar Isaac and Carey Mulligan and Kaylee Spaney, your favorite
Oh, there we go.
alien,
I'm in.
Wow.
and Charles Melton. So good
Nice.
cast
Bring
for
it
that.
back. She likes the franchise.
That's good to know. But yeah, so this movie features our guy from Shogun, the villain, Takehiro Hira is like the owner of the rental family, and then one of the employees is Mari Yamamoto. And then in Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, Mari Yamamoto is the mother of Takehiro Hira, who time travels. So
And
it's like-
Anna Sawai is also
and
in
Anna
the show.
Sawai is in that as well. She gets
What are you
a
gonna
starring
say?
credit.
Check in. How's my girl doing?
She's doing great. I mean, they don't give her a lot to do this season. There's a couple episodes left.
Uh,
But yeah, the whole cast, I got Kurt and Wyatt Russell, Anna
Kurt
Sawai.
Russell and Wyatt
yeah.
Russell.
And now my
playing the
rental
same
family
character in
people.
2 different time periods.
Yeah,
was.
jumps back and forth in time.
That's a show I haven't checked in on yet. Like that's one I've been wanting to maybe get to at some point. And of course, I do subscribe to Apple TV now because
You don't
of.
watch Apple shows. I've already called you out for this. You don't.
No, I watch
Apple
the
shows.
studio. I love the studio.
You don't watch Severance. You don't watch Mankind.
You don't watch the... well, you watch the Gorge movie.
The Gorge.
You're obsessed
F1.
with the Gorge. You're obsessed with F1.
Yeah. But I will say this Monarch season 1 was kind of mid. Season 2 is mid. This feels like a show that it's like the distillation of we need something for content's sake. Like it is a sci-fi original with a bigger budget. Like it is just cosplaying as a more important show than it is, and it feels like it only exists because Apple's like, well, we need something to put on here. And I'm 6 episodes into this season, and I have not seen Godzilla one time. It's very frustrating.
No. That's what it's named after.
Yeah.
It's a show that to me is surprising that they even got a second season. Because to me, that's like a show that would get 1 season and then get canceled.
And I love this cast. Like, I like all the people in the show. It's just the show itself is very weak in the writing department and the plotting.
Did I see a thing? Is it Monster X, Mike? Is that what it's leading up to or something?
Yeah, it's like a
Am I wrong
big
about that?
Biolante looking ass Leviathan water monster. It's got tentacles, a big ass Biolante looking head, but it's not Biolante. It's just water monster. So that's been the focus of the season is what is Monster X. Anna Sawai's got like a psychic connection to the Titans, which is a Biolante trope. So they're ripping off Biolante without doing Biolante. But anyway.
That's cool.
Obviously, as our Godzilla and giant monsters expert, kaiju expert, it's good to hear your take on the show.
It's just too big for its own britches. I don't like it, but I like everybody on it.
It's nice
but
to talk to the one
filler.
guy who watches the show.
Yeah, I watch it.
It's funny that every show that you've seen, like Starfleet Academy and this, you're like, it's not good. I don't like it, but I have seen
I barely put up with it.
Well, yeah, because I'm the target audience. But, everybody's favorite thing about Godzilla movies is the human element. So to make a show that revolves around the human element of Godzilla stuff is not a great idea.
Show
People.
me more Millie Bobby Brown, please.
Yeah,
what
which
I
I
wanna see in
famously
that
cut out of that
goddamn
movie.
Edit her back into Legacy of Monarchs.
That's right. We need more Millie Bobby Brown. There is an Apple show I really like. Just shout out Shrinking. Its new season is still airing right now. That's the therapy show with Harrison Ford and Jessica Williams and
Right.
the Muppet guy.
Jason
You don't
Segel.
watch this show.
Yeah, Jason
Jacob.
Segel.
You don't watch Shrinking.
That's
Shrinking
very
is not a
good.
show
I
that-
like Shrinking a lot.
Mike
heard
is our
about,
Apple
but I have not
TV.
watched.
Stop acting like you even
Hell yeah.
have it, dog. You don't
Yes,
watch any
I'm
of
the
these things.
HBO. I'm our HBO representative. Mike
right.
is our Apple.
Reporting
TV,
live
and
from Apple
Colin is our
TV.
Peacock
Yeah.
on the cock.
Yeah.
I'm watching Ted on the
I've always
cock.
said that
Yeah.
cock,
Yep.
baby.
I can only watch Ted Lasso. I can't watch Ted.
Right, another Apple TV.
Wow.
I'm the
Ted
expert.
Lasso, a show that a friend of ours has been like, "Yeah, you guys should watch Ted Lasso," and I was like, "I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get to that one."
Yeah, no, I haven't seen. I want maybe watch it, but I don't like soccer. But I've mostly been watching TV. My last thing to shout out before throwing it to Colin, maybe his movies, is I started DTF St. Louis just because I'm in love with Linda Cardellini, Jason Bateman,
Speaking of
and
HBO,
the Crimson
that's an HBO.
Guardian. That's an HBO show though,
Oh.
but it's whatever.
Is it funny? The trailer looked pretty funny, Mike.
No, it's pitched as funny. It's like it's kind of dark humor, but it's really more just a straight up like thriller almost. It's like a sexy thriller. Yeah, so it's not what I expected,
I've
but
seen-
I like it well enough.
I saw the trailer for that. That's one that's like, okay, yeah, Industry and Night of the Seven Kingdoms ended, so they need another original coming out. DTF St. Louis. You got Hopper in there. There's an image of him like naked in a bed that's like going around online where people are like, oh, this is the ideal dad bod right here. And I'm like, okay.
Lily Allen shooting people who say that.
Yeah, in the trailer they show that there's kind of at some point he gets off and it's this murder mystery element happening and there's like a
Right.
love triangle aspect. So that's in the first episode. It sets up that he has been killed by someone and you're trying to figure out, is it,
Yes.
who could it be?
And it's about this.
Yeah.
It's like an app called DTF St. Louis, which is like sort of seems like an Ashley Madison.
It's an
type
Ashley
of
Madison
thing.
app, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So how many episodes are out now? Because I might start that.
I think there's 6 or so right now. There's going to be 8
Okay.
total, I believe.
Wow.
I'm just a Linda Cardellini head, so I got to watch it. Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, Linda
Just go
Cardellini,
fast, guys.
Jason
Yeah.
Bateman, Ozarks. We love Ozark.
Mike loved Ozark.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, You want to see me
I
watch
liked it.
Ozark? This is what it looks like, me watching Ozark. Yeah, I like Jason, Bateman. Anyway, that's all my stuff. I'm done with what I watched.
Okay, I can. Speaking of animation, I don't know if we were speaking of animation, but
Oh, yeah. Guess we
obviously,
were.
so one new show that I've been watching that I know, Colin, you've fallen off on. I've been critical of. Mike, I don't know your thoughts on this, but I'm talking Invincible season 4 dropped recently.
I forgot it even came out.
I was going to say how I'll probably never watch Invincible again.
How much
I
did
saw
you
an
watch?
article on it, and I was like, I got into like 2 episodes into season 2, I think.
Wow. We're on what, 3 now? 4?
Yeah, you've missed a lot. This is season 4, and the show goes places that it's kind of crazy.
It has
Think of how it
Superman
started.
and Other Supermen. Is that where it goes? That's
Well,
much
it's just
all it
this
is, in my
galactically
opinion.
spanning plot now with like a million different things going on. But it's been criticized a lot for the cheap animation and the quality of the animation being not good in the show, which is a real bummer. The problem is, again, it's so expensive to make, and they have to pay all these different voice actors: J.K. Simmons, Stephen Yeun, Sandra Oh,
Rogen.
like all these celebrity voice actors, right?
They get too many celebrities.
And that's
Seth
the thing. You can
Rogen is-
have
He's a producer.
yeah, Seth Rogen, all these like big names, and so you can either have all these celebrity voice actors, or you can have good animation, but you can't really have both because it's too expensive. So they decided to go with the celebrity voice actors.
Are they worth it?
And people, if you've read the comics, obviously it's what's his name, Robert Kirkman, The Walking Dead, best known for. But a lot of people like the Invincible comics, and the
Right,
art in the
artist.
comics is just so superior to the animation in the show that people say like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just such a bummer. because I think the story is interesting, but it is kind of a bummer to see like panels compared to the show. It's like, oh yeah, like this show looks really bad in comparison.
It's crazy that these companies that are owned by billionaire oligarchs somehow like can't find the budget to make good shit, you know? Like
Right.
the money's there, you just want to keep it all for yourselves and not invest it
don't
into
want
the
it,
arts.
yeah.
Yeah, they just don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is funny that Amazon has, of course, The Boys and
Right.
Invincible at the same time, two shows that are essentially about the same thing, which is like, what if Superman was evil actually?
Kill superheroes.
Let me tell
Yeah.
you, I'm excited for The Boys and I'm excited for it to end. I'm excited for a
Yes.
definitive end point. Like, yeah.
Exactly what I'm ready for, Mike. I'm
We
so
were talking about
over.
Gen V season 2.
Oh,
I
yeah.
went back and I realized I never even finished, like I never even saw the
Right.
last 2 episodes of that season.
Important to me, Jacob, that you
Oh,
didn't finish
man.
it.
Star Trek
Yeah,
Academy is
but
the
I am
Gen
excited
V
for
of
the
Star
last season.
Trek. Yeah.
Yeah,
school arc.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, no,
But
no.
I think Invincible is worth watching,
Okay.
and it's different than The Boys in that it's like, I like that it's unapologetically comic booky in that like they're adding all, like there's so many characters and so much cosmic and supernatural stuff going on, and like they go into, there's whole like, I don't know if you know this, like the Omni-Man character has been like almost kind of like he's gotten redemption in the show. Obviously he did like, he
Not all
killed a
the
bunch of
comics.
people.
Genocides?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he goes out in space and you learn more about the Viltrumites and stuff. There's actually like the Viltrumite origin episode in this season, which is really interesting. And you have Alan the alien, which is Seth Rogen. It's kind of interesting now. Like I do find the plot interesting, even though I wish the animation was higher quality.
I need more
And the
Battle
voice acting is
Beast.
good too. Yeah, Battle Beast is in it, and
Good.
it's just it starts out as sort of a superhero origin story, like a Spider-Man, right, with Invincible himself, and now it's just like there's 100 million characters, and it's just this very comic booky thing, but it's unapologetically what it is. So I like it.
Yep. Cut to the title card. What's it called? Invincible. I like how they do that.
Invincible.
Yeah.
Nice touch. But yeah, other superhero side, Amazon, The Boys, excited to see the Supernatural squad return, reunited, Jensen Ackles and the boys, you know?
Yeah.
Can believe it.
So,
I'm ready
that'd
for
be
some
good.
characters to die on that show, like they're saying, like no one's safe and all this stuff. So I hope it's a good last season.
Yeah.
Lots of marketing hitting right now.
Yeah, when does
Then
that
there's
drop?
going to be the spin-off, right? There's the origin spin-off with
Prequel.
Jensen Ackles or whatever, right?
Okay, I hate spin-offs, but like I like
Yeah.
Soldier Boy a lot as a character. Like he's not a good character, but like his performance as that character. But
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know if it needs another spin-off, but we'll see.
Anyway, and at last Jensen Ackles, people were saying, oh, he could be Batman if they don't give us Robert Pattinson and the DCU with James Gunn. I think give Jensen Ackles the Batman role with David Cornsweet. You know, that's my
Is he
pitch
too
to
old
you.
now, though, or is it an older Batman?
Different universe.
Supposed to be a dad.
Give
I
him a
don't
Robin.
know.
Yeah, come on, make him dad mode. Anyway, that's
Well,
unrelated.
I mean, what they need to do is what they should do, and I think maybe they are, is Damian Wayne Robin, which is sort of has been the Robin in the comics for a while now, which is Bruce Wayne's son with Talia al Ghul, who was raised by the League of Shadows, Ra's al Ghul. So he sort of has a different perspective, and like obviously Bruce Wayne has to teach him not to kill people and all this stuff, and like to be a hero. So I'd like to see that in live action. I think that would be fun.
We'll see what happens post merger. Very excited about it. Anyhow.
But yeah, so we're talking animation. So I talked Invincible season 4, and then another show that I watched on Netflix that I've maybe been hinting at before. I watched an anime for you anime fans out there, and it's a show that I think, Mike, you've never seen, I don't think, but I'm going to pitch you on it because I think you would like it.
Okay.
It's called, and I know Colin has seen it. It's called Delicious in Dungeon.
Yay.
Okay.
Or what's the Japanese name, Colin?
Dungeon Meshi.
Dungeon Meshi.
Dungeon Meshi, like dungeon cuisine kind of thing.
Yeah. So essentially, this is the show. Your two favorite things, D&D and cooking.
Okay.
Right, two of your biggest interests.
Yes, I'm into those two things.
Combine them, essentially it's your typical D&D party doing dungeon raiding and deciding, you know what if all the monsters that we killed, what if we could cook them in different ways and
Oh
eat them?
man.
How would we do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's basically what the show is. But it's a
You're
very
definitely
entertaining
a
show.
Senshi type, Mike.
Okay.
The
Yes.
chef of the crew.
I literally
So you
showed
have-
you
and yeah.
guys that I had the D&D official cookbook on my shelf. I sent a photo to you guys when we were talking
Sure.
about this offline. So it is
Yes.
right up my
So
alley.
this is the show for you.
Okay.
It's about, basically there's a character that's like, you know what if we tried to eat every kind of monster? You have your typical elf mage, you have your like halfling
Mhm.
rogue or thief type character, you have your human warrior, and then you have a dwarf kind of guy. And of course this has
that's great.
so Emily Rudd from One Piece is the voice of
Shout out.
Marcel.
You're
elf.
selling me.
And also, so obviously this is the English.
Emily Rudd doesn't do the
dub.
Japanese language version.
No,
Oh,
and I would
God,
say,
I wish. God,
sorry,
I
anime
wish.
fans, but I am watching the English dub because here's the thing: for
Pretty charming.
a show like this, I don't want to have to look at the screen every second to know what they're saying. Right? Sometimes I need to look away, and if I put it on while I'm doing something, right, and I
Very
want to know what they're
casual.
saying. Yeah. So I'm a casual. Sorry, maybe it's blasphemous to the anime fans, but I am doing the English dub. We also have the voice of Senshi is Sungwon Cho, also known as ProZD. If you're
Yo.
familiar with ProZD, who's also he does
YouTube
a lot
guy.
of voice acting, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
right,
awesome.
right.
Yeah, I'm very
He's a
familiar.
YouTuber turned.
They got to get Yong Ya in
Is he
there.
really?
Yong
God.
out.
His voice is incredible.
He's got
Yeah.
he's got really good range for character stuff. Yeah, I've been seeing his skits on YouTube for a long time. That's cool.
Yeah, I go way back watching his videos back in the day, and he's the voice of Senshi, who's like the dwarf that they meet in the dungeon, who's like, yeah, I've been like living down here and like cooking monsters for a long time.
Sure.
Like,
Let me show you how to do it.
How
Yeah.
terrifying to the monsters. It's like not only do they kill you, they eat you. Oh no.
yeah. And this is like a special dungeon where if you die here, you can be resurrected. So it's very much like has like video game rules where they're literally like dungeon raiding. There's different levels to the dungeon and different monsters you meet on those levels. So it really gets into the nitty gritty of like what's happening in this dungeon. But essentially, the first episode opens. They're fighting a dragon, and one of their party gets eaten by the dragon, and
Be a party wipe.
but she teleports them back up to the surface. And so they're like, we need to go back down and rescue her and like resurrect her from inside the dragon. So but they have no money for food or supplies. So they say, you know what? We're going to go in there. We're going to eat whatever we kill. So that's the premise of the show, essentially.
No, that's great. I'm gonna have to take you up on that. And the dub thing, it reminds me of these videos where people are like watching an anime with subtitles and they're eating, and then it's like makes perfect sense. And when you look down, the audio's gibberish, and when you look up, it's making sense again. It's like that kind of energy.
Yeah. That's why I
also-
watch English dub, because I'm just a casual. I'm a filthy casual.
No, it makes sense. That does remind me. I did start rewatching the One Piece anime briefly, and they had a whole thing in season 2 of the Netflix show where they kill a monster and figure out how to cook it with Sanji and making dinosaur and stuff.
Yeah, it's very much like making dinosaur steaks and stuff. But just the different creative ways you can cook monsters and eat them, and it gets very. If you like food, like you're gonna like this show because it's very like food porn of like.
Yeah.
They make this nice food out of this like disgusting monster somehow. And
The
Marcel, the
you're
elf
gonna-
character, is kind of against it at first. but,
Oh,
like,
it's disgusting. Oh, but it's so
Yeah.
good. But when you're going to want to switch back to looking at that screen, Jacob, is basically every time the cooking is revealed where they go like, and of course I made living armor flan. And you're like, okay, well, hold on. Like, let me just see what's going on over here real quick.
Oh, they
so it's a
got to have
very
an official
interesting
cookbook
show. Like
for
I've
that.
never seen anything quite like that. But I've been really enjoying it.
Yeah, I'll have to check
it
that out.
Delicious in Dungeon. There's only one season right now. I think they're making another season though soon.
It's supposed to come out soon. I mean, I watched this a year ago at this point. The entire
it's an older show. Yeah.
Right. Nice. Yeah, I watched the One Piece anime. I've gotten up to Water 7, Colin. Do you know what Water 7 is?
Do I know what Water 7
I'm
is? Mike, that's
confirming
great.
that you know.
That's great. I'm so happy. That's one of the best arcs of all time.
Yeah, the Skypiea was pretty fun, and I rewatched Alabasta, and man, that's going to be an expensive season, dude. I don't know how they're going to do it. But anyway. Yep. Who knows?
Yeah. And just real quick, just to put a bookend on that, We just finished its third week as #1 on global Netflix, but it fell out of the top 10 on USA after I think like the first 3 days or something. So I don't know. It's like, what do you want out of that property? Don't you want a global viewership?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I saw a lot of discourse online when it first came out of like mainly One Piece fans comparing it to the anime and the manga and saying like, is it worse or better or whatever? And some people are just like, oh, it'll never be, it's not my One Piece. But then some people are like, no, we like the live action. So, yeah,
I just get the
we
thirst
like
trap edits in my algorithm. I don't know what's going on.
There we go.
Yeah. Anything else we've been watching? Any movies? I didn't watch any movies outside of what we've talked about for the show. Like, I really haven't been watching feature films or feature-length content at all.
Yeah, I've mainly been watching older movies and stuff. Saw Ballerina, the John Wick spin-off.
How about that
Nice, watched it
flamethrower
too.
fight, though?
Pretty dope, Mike.
That was cool.
I mean,
I watched like
it's
the first
weaker.
half hour on a plane like 3 months ago, and then I had to wait for it to come out on streaming, which it recently did to finish it. Yeah, I didn't hate it. It was fine.
Kind of a Norman Reedus jump scare, huh?
Oh, there is a Norman Reedus jump there.
You
And
can
Diego.
still be a movie, huh? It's like shocking.
No, and famously, I went to the Ballerina with a group of friends. For some random reason, there were 24 people in a group chat. We all took an entire row from the AMC, just our group, and they're not even like cinema people. I don't know what it was about the Ballerina, but 24 people just
So cool.
owned an AMC.
Timothy
for that.
Chalamet's worst nightmare. No, I thought Ana de Armas, she was
Ballerina.
fine. I was surprised how much John Wick is in it. Plus, Ian McShane and what's his name? Lance Reddick, R.I.P.
Oh yeah, it's our last
Reddick,
Lance Reddick.
final screen
Yeah.
appearance.
Yeah,
And Gabriel Byrne as the villain. Love Gabriel Byrne.
That's right.
So there you go. Watch Miller's Crossing.
I did a couple of
That's
LA movies. I guess I did Drive and Nightcrawler, which is a weird kind of double feature LA movie
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some weird
I like
guys.
both those movies.
Nightcrawler is filmed in around where I used to live in Koreatown. Like, I know the Chinatown Express was literally right around the corner for me, so I like recognizing all the locations. And right now, I live right by the grocery store, and that's in Drive. So I'm just like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Was that your first time watching Drive?
yeah.
Wow.
There's something inside you.
A
Real hero.
human being.
That's right.
You got to do the whole Ryan Gosling filmography to really get the Ryan Gosling.
Well, I wanted to see if he
effect.
could drive a car before I could trust him with a spaceship.
Yeah, I can't believe none of us brought up that he was Neil Armstrong in a different space movie.
Oh shit, I haven't seen that one.
First
Okay.
Man. Yeah.
I've never seen
Director
it
of La
either.
La Land.
I mean, I love
haven't seen it
2049. I should give his the rest of his filmography. I've seen a lot of it, but I haven't seen The Notebook or some stuff like that.
Well, you don't need to see the Notebook necessarily, but yeah, I think Drive.
You don't need to if you want to get like the breadth
You
of his
don't
career.
need to see the Notebook, bro. Is the thing.
He was one of his earlier roles. Half Nelson is a really good movie.
Oh,
he
I've
plays
heard
a
that's good
heroin addicted teacher in the inner city schools. But yeah, First Man, Damien Chazelle, who I loved, of course, Whiplash. We love Whiplash, folks.
My
But I've
fucking
never seen
tempo.
First Man. Yeah,
Nice.
never seen First Man though, but I have seen, of course, La La Land.
Mhm.
Only God Forgives. If you want another Nicholas,
I've
Winding
seen that
Refn.
one. Weirdly, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
It's cool.
Saw that before Drive. It's kind of the same character vibes.
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty much.
Drive and Blade Runner 2049 is like half the Ryan Gosling memes on the internet are from those two movies, basically.
He does have a lot of memes from those two, huh? Literally him. He's literally.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his whole acting style. You just summed up with those two movies, and then I guess Barbie, like the silly clown that he also played.
Nice Guys. We love.
Yeah,
Nice
I guess
Guys.
that's his
We love
his
Nice
range. Yeah,
So yeah, you should watch The Nice Guys if you haven't seen that. My Russell Crowe.
I haven't.
Ryan Gosling.
So that'll be
It's really funny.
That's a
all
good
right.
one.
Nice. Yeah, maybe I'll do a Ryan Gosling run here for the next Whatcha. By the time we get to 400, I'll have
Yeah.
updated you.
Wasn't that the I'm sorry, aren't we doing Ryan Gosling the episode on 400?
That's what we
That's right, our
decided.
big
Yeah.
400 will be the Ryan Gosling episode.
It's written on the board right across the
we're
room.
doing our
here.
long form series, every Ryan Gosling
we're,
movie.
we're pivoting to Ryan Gosling's career. We've done it. We've
Lars
done a
and the Real
director.
Girl.
We've never done an actor. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
Last thing-
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Well, last thing I just wanted to mention in the what we've been watching is the Oscars happened since our last watch.
Yeah.
Do we have
right.
any reactions to the Oscars?
I was pretty happy with how everything went.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously the two big winners were the two big most talked about movies going into it, One Battle After Another and Sinners.
Mm-hmm.
big
My
Sinners.
favorite two movies of the year, if you go back and watch our top 10 movies of 2025 episode. And I'm just saying, like, it's unusual that my tastes line up with the Oscars that closely to where my two favorite movies of the year were sort of the two most celebrated movies at the Oscars. That usually doesn't happen. So my third favorite
you
was,
say
of course, 28
you're a
Years
normie?
Later,
Mm-hmm.
which was completely
Snubbed.
snubbed. But I would say maybe I am a normie for this year. Usually, you know, I like more weirder stuff that doesn't always get appreciated by the Academy.
Yeah, I think the splits landed about as well as they could. Get PTA and One Battle for Best Director, Best Picture. Get Best Screenplay, Best Cinematography, and Best Actor for Sinners. I think that's more than fair.
Yeah.
First woman to win cinematography category. Like, come on, baby. That's awesome.
I mean, I had my disagreements. Like, I would have picked One Battle for cinematography. Not that I thought the cinematography in Sinners was bad, and I would have, you know, I maybe said my Michael B. Jordan take of that I preferred Timmy in Marty Supreme. He hates the opera, folks. No, but I thought, you know, obviously Michael B. Jordan was getting a lot of buzz ramping up into the Oscars. And I don't think he was bad in that movie. I just didn't think he was the best performance of a male leading actor of the year. Nothing against him, though. But I did, of course, love Sinners. You know, it lost Best Song to K-pop Demon Hunters, of course.
Of course,
But
that was inevitable.
Gonna be golden. Yeah.
It was just April Fool's. How did
Mhm.
Timmy not like shake the stink off himself by like releasing some sort of like tweet that's like a picture of him like joining an opera company or something? You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that would have been the perfect opportunity to rebound off this thing.
I don't think people know that like his sister is like a professional ballerina and like he comes from like a ballet family and stuff. So I just don't. People got the wrong impression. Again, I don't want to rant about this because I've talked
Again,
about
he
it before.
said it like 4 times, 4 different ways. It's some sort
Yeah.
of strange
He's
obsession.
just saying he doesn't want the cinema to become a niche art form like
Right.
opera or ballerina, which objectively are.
It
Like
is.
I don't think I've ever
Right.
seen the ballet talked more about very cute in you know than it has in the last recent times. So if anything, he brought more awareness to opera and the ballet.
Oh.
Damn, bro, that's the hottest take.
Wow.
When was the last time people
What a
were talking
mind
about
No,
it?
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Like,
Yeah.
Look at reverse psychology.
when was ballet talked about at the water cooler last? It was
It
after
actually-
Timmy brought it up.
I actually
Right.
took a huge hit by losing the award that year just to promote my sister's passion, which I love. I love ballet, but I had to do it. I had to say it.
That's
I
what he
think
should have done on
Timmy's
April Fool's
problem-
Day.
Can you
Is
imagine?
that he transparently just wanted it too much, and that kind of
It's
turned
so
people off
desperate.
to it.
Absolutely, dog.
And his whole Marty Supreme PR campaign, which I enjoyed, like he was appearing in rap videos and stuff.
Yeah.
I like the Timothy
that
Chalamet
dog.
persona. Like some people don't
Yeah.
like him. I think he's like the best actor of his age group potentially.
he-
I like
but
when he makes me chocolate bars.
Oh, there we go.
I like when he's Lisan El Gaib.
I think
That's
I think the ballet comments may hurt Dune 3 box office a little bit.
No way, people are gonna forget.
I'm
Oh,
excited
my.
for it, but we'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got Doomsday and Doomsday coming out.
Nice, dude.
Same
Dunes Day. That's what the weekend is going to be called. It's our Barbenheimer.
Doomsday.
Yeah.
Well, that was the potential news is that Disney is like, maybe we move Doomsday forward to not conflict with Dune because we don't want to share IMAX screens. So they were right now they're supposed to come out on the same weekend, but they might be moving Doom. But Doom blinked before Dune. So what do you think about that?
I'm getting confused on which is which at this point. That'll be a
Anyways,
big time at the end of the year. Any other watcherinos?
But shout out Amy Madigan, Weapons, Best Supporting Actress, a horror win.
Yeah,
Very
doesn't happen
few-
often.
We had Sinners and Weapons at the Oscars. I mean, that's a big win for horror as a genre. So shout out.
Yeah, unfortunately, vampires are a recession indicator, vampire movies. So buckle up, buckaroo.
True.
Anyway. All right.
That's right.
Has that been what we've been
Let's
watching?
move to video games.
Yeah, let's go to video games. Game on.
We're back. We're on Normies Like Us. We're it's 390 episodes. That's 39. Well, we used to do Whatchas much more frequently, but basically like 39 episodes of telling you video games that we've been playing. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, every 10 episodes, basically, usually. And I was going to say, like, we have maybe more to talk about in this episode just because last, 380
so
was our
long.
big top 10 of
Yeah,
2025. So it's really been 20 episodes since our last true
Yeah.
Whatcha. So a
Oh,
lot
wow.
of catching up to do.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's true. I mean,
That being said, I don't have that much to talk video
on the
games.
gaming
so
side,
guess what? Then I'm starting.
go.
I got
Yeah,
to go
I'm
crazy
ready.
here. Huge video game update, y'all.
Let's go.
Okay.
What do you got?
Check it out. We're post tax season, post other things going on in my life. Got a little rebate back. Working a nice little job thing going on right now, right?
Mhm.
So I treated myself to a Switch 2.
Yo!
motherfuckers.
Wow.
Yo,
I just
yo,
dropped
yo.
basically $1,000 on the dumbest piece of hardware that's ever been fucking released.
No, I'm
I want to ask
happy
about
for
this
you,
because I
man.
know,
Yes.
again, our friend Xkaida also recently got a Switch 2 because of a
Wow.
little game that came out
Yeah.
called Pokopia.
And why do you think your boy bought it, my friend?
You're Pocoping then. Okay. Tell me, how's
Check
it
out.
going?
I was at Myers, which is a local Ohio grocery store.
Yes.
I'm reading articles leading up to this on how they've dialed back the Switch 2 production. They're, the market, blah, blah, blah. They're doing good on sales, but they flooded how many they were producing. They can't keep up with that quantity, so they dialed it back. There's kind of a shortage, whatever. Then I'm reading all this stuff about Pokopia.
Mm-hmm.
Pokopia is the number 1 rated Pokemon spinoff. I know that means nothing to you guys because it's like, what is a Pokemon spinoff? But
Pokemon
there
Snap.
are because
Pokemon
it's the biggest
Stadium.
property in the world. Mike, exactly. Now there are
Right.
thousands of fucking spinoffs of the
Yeah.
quote unquote main series of Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
So to be the highest rated, and that it's like an Animal Crossing meets kind of like a Minecraft, I'm like, wait, hold on here. So it's my favorite thing meets like Harvest Moon, like the other
Yeah.
like sort of like slice of lifestyle Stardew Valley games that I'm also obsessed with. Interesting.
Right.
Then you read that Nintendo was like, we didn't see this coming at all. They barely made any physical copies of Pokopia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's
that's been
almost
a
like
hard.
If you actually try to do something different with the Pokemon formula, people are going to want to buy
It
it
actually fucking works.
instead
Well,
of
no.
like the same mediocre game every couple years.
Well, the what is it, Niantic, in the Pokemon Company, like the last couple releases from the mainline games have been kind of middling in terms of quality, right?
That's what I'm saying.
And
They
then you
just
have
remake
Koei
the same
Tecmo
game
takes
and-
over this and gives like,
Yeah.
makes it out of crack cocaine. We got Minecraft and Animal Crossing and Pokemon. That's a triple hit right there. Like, come on.
Yeah. So
And I'm
again,
a
our
piece of shit.
friend,
Yeah, go ahead.
Xkaida has been playing this game and loving it, and trying to pitch me on it in our chat, and saying, "Look, you don't understand. You love Minecraft, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I like Minecraft." It's like Pokemon Minecraft. I was like, "That's interesting." Fortunately, I don't own Switch 2, and I did look at it looked interesting. It did look more Animal Crossing than Minecraft to me.
Sure.
But
No.
I want to hear your
Yeah.
take, of course.
So the demand is so high for this physical copy of this game that it
Right.
literally starts to juice and up the sales of the console itself. They
Mm-hmm.
suddenly are starting to sell more Switch 2s, but producing less, and they barely have any copy of these games. Cut to me at my local Ohio grocery store.
Mhm.
I look in a glass case, all these things are there. And I'm like, okay, I am buying this.
This is
Like,
happening
it
now.
just seems like it's like how could I not? So like I asked a lady, I was like, can you like send somebody over to the electronics section? Because of course nobody works anymore. Like there are no people in stores anymore. So you have to
You
like
get someone to
Right.
unlock the
ask people
cabinet.
to go over there. She unlocks it. She says, "Are you done shopping?" I say, "Yes, I'm done shopping." She says, "You're going to purchase this now?" I say, "Yes, I'm going to purchase this now." She says, "Then I'm going to walk it over with you to the register
Mhm.
and I have to self-check it out for you." I was like, "That's totally fine." And
Yes.
she acted like it was handcuffed to me as she was walking it over there, dog.
Sure.
You had to do a police
was-
escort.
And how much did
So
that run
then-
you for the Switch
So
2?
Jacob, the full rundown here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting there and I'm going, if I'm fucking doing this, I'm fucking doing this. So they have 2 Switch 2s there. They are both not the version that includes Mario Kart.
No
So
bundle.
No matter what, I'm not getting a video game. No bundle, Mike.
Oh.
So I'm like, I'm getting one of the Switch 2s. I'm getting the dumbass Piranha Plant webcam that comes with it. That
Oh,
does
wow.
Nothing. And I have not figured out how to make it work at all. It is, I believe, 480p. It
That's
is
what it-
such cheap piece of shit quality.
But it's a piranha plant. Yeah. People were clowning on the web
shaped
camera.
like a thing from Mario, Mike. How could I not purchase it?
Exactly.
So then,
Of course.
so $30. So
$30.
$490 for the Switch 2.
Mhm.
So then I see
$490.
I see a Pro controller. I'm like, I have to get the Pro controller.
Mhm.
I throw that on $90. Then I'm like, I've got to get Pokopia. Then I'm like, there is the other Pokemon
$70.
game that came out before it. Jacob, these games are so fucking expensive. And that is Pokemon ZA, which is the other, like, not exclusive because it also came out on the Switch one, but Pokopia is exclusive to the Switch too. So I'm like, I'm going to get both the Pokemon games. As Jacob just said, $70 each. That's almost $1,000. I don't know how much money that is. That's fucking insane.
And this should tell you that I'm still thinking about prices. Like, this should tell you something about inflation, where I'm thinking a console like the Switch 2, $300 is what I'm thinking.
If anything, Jacob.
Yeah.
This piece of shit, Jacob,
$500
I let it
is
run.
insane.
I let it run in handheld mode. It barely lasts a fucking hour, dog. It is so fucking sad.
But see, in what world would I choose a Switch 2 over a PS5?
Or
If
like
I was gonna
Steam
buy a
Deck,
Bro.
or like
Yeah.
The PS5 has no games still, and it's like 7 years old, dude.
Right.
The PS5 was a flop.
This is why I
It
don't.
all sucks.
This is why I don't own new consoles, because I'm a PC gamer and
You
I
are.
already own a PC. So,
But guess what you don't have? Pokopia.
Pokopia.
Pokopia,
Yes.
bitch. They'll
So,
never
and-
come to PC.
Exactly. So here's the thing, too. A PS5, they just increased the price by $150, too. Like, everything's going up.
Easy.
The AI buying all
Again,
the RAM
there's
is
no
fucking
games.
everything. There's no games on the PS5 anyway. You don't want it. So it was good of you to get the Switch, too, I'm saying, Colin, because it's going to get rough.
I don't know.
And even the PlayStation exclusives like Spider-Man come out on the PC eventually. So what's the
Yeah.
point?
There's only like
supposedly they're
15
gonna
actually
announce soon
exclusive
there's-
games. Sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
but there's a huge leak. Jason Schreier, that news journalist, said that soon PlayStation's going to announce that they will no longer be putting their games on PC because they have not seen it to be profitable for them.
Okay.
Well, you have God of War, and that's it. You got nothing.
You had Red
they have
Dead. I mean, people were
Bloodborne.
going crazy. Yeah, Bloodborne.
That's on. Yeah, that's the only thing they got.
Well, again,
Uh,
Kaida has been raving about Pokopia and how much he's loving it and trying to pitch me on it. Again, I cannot afford to buy a Switch 2 right now. I keep telling him
insane. I'm
that.
proud of you for not doing that.
But he's like, look, it's Minecraft. It's Pokemon Minecraft. You're gonna love it. And I watch some videos about it and stuff on YouTube. I like
Fun.
that you play as a Ditto and you can turn
It's
into other stuff, and it's got sort of a Tears of the
It's
Kingdom where you can find creative ways to do things. And again, Animal Crossing, Minecraft, Stardew Valley, all these things, all these elements. So I like that they're doing something different with Pokemon. Again, you can play Pal World on the computer. And again, Pal World, like, Pokemon Minecraft off-brand Pokemon. So with guns.
Very happy to say that recently Pokemon lost the lawsuit
Yeah.
where they tried to claim the copyright that they have the copyright on summoning creatures
out of
Yes.
a little guy and a little
That's
thing
good,
is
that's
our
good.
yeah. That's
No,
dumb.
that's not how that works. That's not how that works. You
Right,
didn't
right.
invent that.
Focus your
I'd
litigation
say at
on.
best you could say, some of the designs look like Pokemon designs. You
Oh
could say
yeah,
maybe there was some copyright infringement there, but it's a totally different kind of game than the Pokemon game. So you can't say it's the same kind of game. It's a Ark Survival Evolved type of game.
Right, right. But
So-
Nintendo loves to sue, and I was really hoping they would be the ones to save us from the Trump administration when they were using Pokemon stuff in the DHS ads. Where were your lawyers then, Nintendo?
Right.
That's all I
Cowards.
had to say. But
Right.
I have played Pokopia a little bit because I took X-Kite to get the Switch too. He was like, "Yo, dog, I have a mission
Wow.
today, and I can't be taking the bus." I'm like, "All right, what's up?" So I took him.
Proud of you,
We
Mike.
got the Switch
You
too,
dropped
and then
a lot of money for that.
we played it here together, and I took him to. We ended up finding a Target that had it in stock, and same thing. She's like, "I got to take this up to the front. You got to meet me there. I cannot hand this to you." And I played Pokopia with him, and as someone who doesn't
You
play
can play like
Minecraft,
co-op.
no, we took turns. Like we were at my house setting it up. We were like, screw it, come over, we'll get some beers or whatever. Let's play the Switch too, check it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so I got hooked on it, and I don't even play Minecraft or anything. I'm like, I see this gameplay loop, and I'm already addicted to it. So I can recommend Pokopia. I don't have a Switch 2 either, but I really enjoyed what I played of it. So
Okay. I mean, look, as you may know, normies, I love building. I love crafting. I love building and crafting games. I love
does.
Stardew Valley. I've played a lot of Stardew Valley. I like that kind of farm management type of game. I've never got into Animal Crossing, during the pandemic when everyone was into
Not really
Animal
my
Crossing.
thing either. Yeah.
No, but I like the freedom and the creativity of those kind of building and crafting games. So it's very much that game style is up my alley. Then you add Pokemon in. I like Pokemon, so it would definitely be a game I would like. Again, I don't have any plans to buy a Switch 2.
it's just got an
anytime soon.
MSRP of $800. Yeah, the entry
Yeah.
point is so
Right.
expensive.
Let me know when
but-
it comes out on Steam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. But the idea of like,
Nintendo.
oh, people just want to hang out with their Pokemon. We don't want to do battling. We just want to like chill with our little guys. It's a money printing machine. Like I can't believe they haven't done it already. I know I can build little houses for my little guys. Like it's so smart. It's so smart.
Yeah.
Right.
So I guess I have a transition point. You know how Animal Crossing came out during 2020, and then Doom came out, and we had the Isabelle memes with the Doom guy. We have the Pokopia memes now with Resident Evil Requiem, aka Resident Evil 9, which is the big
right.
game that I've been playing. So we
Yeah.
have your scary, spooky, serious grown-up game, and then like crafting cozy
You
game
love
coming out in the same cycle.
Resident Evil.
And I
Yeah.
love
What
Resident Evil.
you got to be flying high, Mike. What a success this franchise has been having lately.
Since Resident Evil 7,
We've got
Capcom
Zach Kreger.
does not miss.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And
Doug.
don't forget, you've got Zach Kreger's Resident Evil coming out later this year.
That's
Yeah.
right. And we have Zach Kreger, weapons, we love that. We'll see what he does with the Resident Evil. But yeah, Resident Evil 9 is now the highest rated game in the franchise. It sold like 6 million copies in like a week or something. Like it's the fastest selling,
Wow.
highest rated game in the history of Resident Evil. So they're really crushing it right now.
And so explain what you like, or what makes that one unique, or what you like about it.
So what the Capcom figured out is how to combine their peanut butter and their jelly. Everybody loves Leon Kennedy, right? We love Action Man Leon Sex Kennedy, Leon S. Kennedy, right? Everybody's fan favorite character, Resident Evil 4. It's like got the action mode and kicking zombies in the head. But then you also have Scary Spoopy, which Resident Evil 7 and 8 to a degree were the first person ones, where you're a regular person in extreme circumstances and then you're getting really spooked. So this game has two protagonists. You have Grace Ashcroft, who's just a regular lady, and she does the first person spooky stuff, and then you switch to Leon, where you're big action man, destroying everything with your infinite weapons. So it
Where's
combines
like
both gameplay
Claire
types.
Redfield or whatever?
We don't know.
Redfield,
We don't
Chris
know where Claire
Redfield.
is.
Jill.
Uh,
Jill, I
Sandwich?
wanted Jill Sandwich.
Jill Valentine.
Yeah. I want a Jill return game. We're going to do a Code Veronica remake is coming, so we'll get that for Claire Redfield. Chris Redfield, he's not in this, but it's Leon. Everybody loves him, so it's horror gameplay mixed with the action horror gameplay, and it's just
Yeah.
you get the best of both worlds essentially. I personally, it's not my favorite. I platinumed it, and I'm not going to speedrun it, which I usually like to do. It has
Interesting.
some segments in the middle that are kind of boring in my opinion. But that being said, it's still a very excellent first playthrough. I think the horror stuff is better than the action stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at.
And you were big speedrunner of the 3 remake or 2
Yeah,
remake.
that's my favorite. The
both
3
of them.
remake is Jill. That's my favorite. You can beat it in, well, I can beat it in 45 minutes. You know, no big deal.
Yeah.
I'm still in the top
Wow.
Spent
15
a lot of time
globally.
trying to perfect the
That's
speed
insane,
run of
Mike.
That was also in
Yeah.
2020, speaking of Doom and Animal Crossing. But yeah, and then I speed ran 8 as well, and I did a little bit of
yes.
running for 4 remake. So I like these games a lot, but this
Okay.
one I'm not going to speed run because it's not a very fun route. But it's a fun game, and I think if you like horror, it's one of the scariest ones, especially when you're playing as Grace. Maybe
Resident Evil has always
Scariest.
been, for me, a blind spot. It's never been a franchise I've really delved into too much at all. The only one I've ever played is 4 on the
GameCube.
GameCube, and then 4 remake, a little bit of which I bought, on Steam. So my knowledge of it is basically Resident Evil 4
Okay.
and the movies.
I was going to
So-
say, Jacob, I played 4, 5, and 6, but to me, it's a film franchise.
Yeah. And then 4, 5, and 6 is the noted decline in quality, and then they had to do a hard reset with 7, which is back to the horror roots.
I knew about 7 and
Yeah.
8. 8 had the big lady,
We love 8.
Uh,
Big lady.
Big lady.
but I
We
never
love
played
big
any
lady.
of those games except for 4.
No.
Yeah.
Just
Yep,
the
yep.
memes.
Yeah, so they kind of
Memes,
duct tape.
cultural osmosis.
Yeah. So they just duct tape Resident Evil 7 to Resident Evil 4 remake and said, "Here you go." And everyone was like, "Actually, yes, we do like this." So
Actually, that's exactly what we want.
that's exactly what we want. Yeah. So good for them.
And the remakes have been pretty successful in terms of like updating a beloved old game with, modern play style.
Yeah. And then again, they're printing money. These are all really well received. Everything since Resident Evil 7 onward, Capcom has not fucked anything up. Like, biggest game in the world is freaking Monster Hunter for a time. Like, that was one of the biggest. They had the biggest launch of that game when they released a new one of those. So yeah, what Capcom does well is I think they launch a finished product that is not full of monetization bullshit, and like they don't cut corners. They just deliver a complete game like you would get back in like the Halo 2 days, where it's all on disc day of launch. There's no patches when it comes out. There's no glitches. They just give you something good, and like that's all we can ask for at this point.
My favorite franchise, Mike, in gaming history is Castlevania. My brother's is Capcom. I almost said is Mega Man. Both Capcom franchise. What I'm trying to point out here. And sometimes we will text each other. This year, 2026, we've done it a couple times this month, where we'll just text and say, "Can you believe we're both getting a new game this year?" Capcom is treating its fans so fucking well. 40th anniversary of Castlevania. I think 50th for Mega Man or something like that. Yeah.
Wild, yeah. And
There's
then
like
we're
the
getting
Castlevania collection or something, right?
Yep, and then they're getting a new Onimusha game that stars oh my gosh, Toshiro Mifune is the likeness of the main character. They always base it on a famous actor, so this time it's Toshiro. Well, like number 3 had Jean Reno in it,
I remember the pictures in Game Informer magazine were very confusing.
Yeah, but so that's my next hope for Capcom. Everybody's saying you're doing good with Resident Evil. Give us the Dino Crisis remake and start remaking the early Onimusha games. That because I love all these Capcom horror franchises, so I hope we get those in the future. But we're eating good so far, Capcom fans. Yeah.
Well, that's great. Colin's got Pocopia, you got Resident Evil, and then I'm over here, and guess what, guys? I've mainly just been playing Marvel Rivals, grinding away.
But you've been having, and here's the special announcement, some family time. You've been playing video games with your brother Joe, your brother Colin, your brother Mike.
That's right.
We're getting the band back
Mike's
together.
back in the fold.
I got back in it. Yep.
The Ark has been raided.
Yeah, I raided the hell out of that,
Yes,
and I'm done with it.
We both sort of fell off Ark Raiders. That was sort of, and it seems like maybe a lot of people have as the numbers continue to go down. The problem with Ark Raiders, they're just not releasing new content or enough new content.
There are new arcs
great
now
when it
and
came
stuff,
out,
but yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
but it's just like I don't know. I need something big to jump back in, and I enjoyed it for a while.
Mm.
I was playing it with Mike and our friend Adam. He kind of fell off of it. Mike, you like the more friendly side of things. I kind of want a little more PvP action. I tried Marathon during their free server slam event. Marathon's a new
Marathon's
extraction
getting
shooter.
cooked right
Bungie.
now.
It might be getting cooked. It's got sort of a hardcore fan base to it though, because it's a more hardcore PvP extraction shooter with an interesting aesthetic to it. I sort of bounced off that game though. Didn't buy it. It's $40 if you want to buy it.
Gameplay, Jacob. It's an emergent gameplay.
Well, that's what the social experiment of Arc Raiders was what made it unique, I think.
Gameplay listeners.
But no, I've been getting back into Arc Raiders into Marvel Rivals, and there was a couple seasons where I really wasn't playing it at all. But as of season 6, now season 7, I'm back in hardcore. I'm addicted. I'm grinding ranked. I'm trying the new characters. I'm loving. Okay.
No, here's the big
update.
Losing streaks. Here's the big update. It's not the new characters. It's not your rank. It's that I have now purchased 2 Gooner skins. I'm of course deep into Lady Loki and Savage Rogue. So I've broken my promise to not put money towards pervertity.
I also have a Lady Loki skin just because I prefer playing as Lady Loki to Man Loki. And of course, I am a Invisible Woman main. She's my number 1 character. She probably has the most Gooner skins per capita.
I'll always feel more comfortable being a woman, Jacob. I'll always feel more comfortable.
That might be something you want to interrogate within yourself. But no, I mean, obviously that's the meme of Marvel Rivals is that they prioritize Gooner skins over certain other elements, and maybe some people don't like that. I know our friend Joe does not put any money into this game as far as
refuses.
You get so many free skins or just battle pass. I do buy the battle pass every season, like a good little consumer. But the thing is, the battle pass pays for itself over time because you get the blue currencies, you get the gold currencies in the battle pass, then you put those towards the next battle pass. You get skins, but I do like having the different skins. Like I come from, the Fortnite model of having a million different skins. So I like each character having these, and some of them are dumb. Like obviously the big theme of this season is this ESU undercover college where they just all look like college students or whatever. Not the most interesting skin theme, to be honest with you.
It's like, look, we said Star Trek Academy. Gen V, the school arc isn't it, Chief. The school arc isn't it. Stop trying to do it. You're doing your Empire State University. Get it out. Yeah.
I'm sick of this shit.
They're remaking Harry Potter.
Season 6,
get it out.
Yeah, we had Deadpool, and his unique thing is that he has a version in all 3 classes, tank, support, and DPS. You have Elsa Bloodstone, the most broken DPS character they've ever released. And now in season 7, it's New York themed. It's Wilson Fisk is the antagonist, and it's White Cat and Black Cat and White Fox.
Pretty much.
No more Kingpin protests going on. No more Kingpins.
Yeah, no more Kingpins. And a new map just dropped today, actually, Lower Manhattan. So I was checking that out. Pretty cool new map. You get a lot of Easter eggs. You get your Norman Osborn, your Kurt Connors portraits and things within the game. Right, that's his name, Kurt Connors.
The lizard.
You get Wilson Fisk again, but White Fox, the new character released in season 7. We have Black Cat coming in 7.5. White Fox is a support. I'm a support main. And I've been loving the new character, been playing the hell out of her. Very interesting playstyle. She's a dive support where she can go melee mode. She can, finish off some players with melee, do some surprising amount of damage that players don't see coming. She's got a teleport mechanic that I like. So I'm a big fan of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we know the origin of this character? Kind of like Luna Snow. We have another, South Korean superhero character, right?
She's from the same team as Luna Snow, and also the Iron Fist in this game, which is not Danny Rand. He's a different Iron Fist. They're all part of this team, and I know Luna again was introduced in a mobile game, Colin, I
Yeah,
believe.
something
Marvel
like that.
Future Fight, and of course, is called Agents of Atlas. Is the team that they
Yes.
are? They hunt monsters all over the world, but are primarily of Asian descent. The members of the team, including
Do they cook the
what's
monsters?
his name?
They should.
That's a
Yeah.
great question.
That's a good spin-off.
What's the name of the guy who's hunting down Ant-Man in the house arrest movie?
In the
Asian
house?
Jim is the actor from
Oh,
Office,
the
right?
I couldn't tell you his character's name, but
Randall.
he's in WandaVision.
Randall
right
Park.
away.
Randall Park.
Yeah,
Randall
Isn't
Park.
Park.
Yeah. White Fox, Ami Han,
Mm.
is some kind of government agent, I guess. I don't know what's going on in terms of the
Finally.
lore, but she's basically a very cool character. And her ultimate ability is she turns into a giant fox, Ninetales style. Speaking of Pokemon, and she basically becomes a tank with an AOE of healing around her. And you just get to step on people as a giant fox. So that's a lot of fun. So the furries have
More
something to love.
stomp play. Okay.
Yeah, turn into a giant fox for a little bit. But again, I play a lot of different supports. I like Luna Snow. I like Sue Storm. I like Cloak and Dagger. And now I can add a White Fox to my repertoire of characters. And I've been getting into it really hardcore in a way that I haven't previously with Marvel Rivals, where I'm watching gameplay on YouTube. I'm watching esports pro footage of this tournament.
Yeah.
And I've been getting into like streamers and stuff just because I want to get better. I'm trying to improve myself as a player and like learning more and more about. I was never a big Overwatch player, right? Colin, you were an Overwatch guy. I'm sort of newer to hero shooters, but I just really love the support role, and I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to rank up. I'm a diamond rank player now, not to brag, but it's pretty good. I mean, it could be better. I'm trying to go for Grandmaster next, which is the next level up from diamond. So
That's pretty crazy that you're on the
Grandmaster,
doorstep of Grandmaster, dude.
It's incredible, dog.
even that, I mean, there's Celestial, Eternity, one above all, above that. So that's not even. That's
there's just something. We've all been cycling breaks, but I've just been having a blast jumping back in, man.
Yeah, and we play quick play because we're different ranks. We can't. I know Joe's been playing a ton on his end on comp games as well. But getting on with you guys and getting on with Joe, I love teaming up with you guys, and it's just been a blast. I'm learning new characters. Been trying to learn new tanks because I'm a strange tank main when I go tank. I'm learning Emma Frost. I've been trying to learn Rogue, trying to learn some other DPSs. I play Namor. I play, Punisher, Phoenix, whoever you want to see. So been getting into Marvel Rivals in a big way and loving the grind.
I've been enjoying playing again, and because there's new maps and stuff, because I missed a couple seasons. There's some cool new skins. Shout out to Colin, getting me the Wasteland Penny Parker skin, where it kind of looks like Rusted Bumblebee. And there's some cool shit in there. I'm scared to do the rank though. Not scared, but I don't have that dog in me at this point. But I do like hopping in with you guys and just kind of goofing and gaffing and killing the quick play bims.
You could get back into it. You could feel the addiction and start feeling it again. Of course, you're famously a Penny one trick, you might say.
Yeah. I started out that way, but I eventually had Penny and Cloak and Dagger, and I had Emma Frost, and I was trying to get someone more of the tanks going, but mostly Penny was my special.
Yeah, the issue is if you jumped in comp, you're good, Mike. I mean, you'd go up. So
for a little bit, yeah. There's some new characters I don't know how to counter. It's a little bit of learning curve, but yeah, I could. I
practice.
I maxed out at gold. I never got out of gold when we were in there, but I could at least reach to gold. That's my peak.
Where I'm at.
But I think if you get back into it, you could start to see some improvement. And I know Joe's sort of a gold max level player so far in comp, but we've all been trying to, improve, I think. And I think what keeps it interesting is the team ups too, having different team ups. Like Colin and I used to do Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman, of course. They took that out. Now we've got, Gambit and Rogue. We've got all kinds of different team ups. So that keeps it fresh. And they do different balance patches to improve certain characters, to buff certain characters, to nerf certain characters. So it keeps it
If you're a
fresh.
husband and wife, Jacob and I'll play you.
And I'll try to convince Colin to get the husband and wife skin with me, which
I
he'll
don't
To
never do.
match.
Nope.
I've got the Gambit wedding skin. I keep trying to get him to get the Rogue wedding skin. He won't do it.
Nope.
You
But,
got the
I'll
Savage
keep
Lands. You
trying.
don't need another one. That's the best one.
You need the wedding dress because I've got a nice fancy suit with Gambit.
Wow.
Now
You keep
they've
trying
got
to convince me to get what's his name? Derek Henry. What's the name of Captain America?
Oh,
Steve
yeah.
Baker.
the football
What?
player Captain America. He's
Oh,
on the
right.
cover, but it says
Steve
Rodgers on the
Baker.
back of his jersey.
Oh, so Aaron
So explain
Rodgers.
That to
Well,
Aaron
right,
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
It's Aaron Rodgers skin. Oh man.
No, I will say this so far the Battle Pass season 7 Battle Pass pretty weak because again it's these ESU skins which are kind of uninspiring. There's been better Battle Passes in the past, but because I do like the new character so much, White Fox, I've been playing. Mostly been playing her in quick play because I'm not confident enough to play her in ranked yet. But she's a lot of fun.
Fair.
Black Cat coming soon. So Black Cat will be a DPS, I believe, and that'll be a lot of fun for a lot of people. And I'm sure she'll be able to have 1 million Gooner skins, which will keep Marvel Rivals in business for another year.
Totally
Yes.
unbalanced.
No, I give credit to Marvel Rivals team because they've even though I took a break, like they have a great roadmap. They're delivering content. You're getting new maps, new characters. Like
Yeah.
a lot of these games don't have that.
NetEase. Shout out NetEase.
Like we've had High Guard come and go in between the last two watches.
High Guard.
Like
Insane.
you know, so it's kind of rough. Look at
High
these
Guard
numbers.
Marathon, they're calling them Concordian type games like Concord, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. A Marathon on Steam, 24-hour peak, 36K. Arc Raiders, 24-hour peak, 120K. Marvel Rivals, 24-hour peak, 105K. So less than half of the players of the other two.
Well, I'll say, Marvel Rivals obviously has the Marvel IP going for it, which keeps things popular. And yeah, putting out tons of content. They're doing a whole year-long movie tie-in with the Avengers movies where
Right.
throughout the year leading to Doomsday, they're doing different Avengers tie-ins.
Oh, yeah,
They
I
also
saw.
so they have this player...
No,
sorry,
the advertisement on the website. I'll let you go.
and they have a player hub that you can go to in Times Square. They were showing the show Wonder Man in Times Square where you can go in, as Jeff or whoever you want to be and sit there and watch 2 episodes of Wonder Man in the game
Nice.
in Times Square. So it's really becoming a Fortnite type of metaverse thing as well.
Interesting. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot. I didn't realize they had a social town square in the game yet.
Yeah. It's called Times Square. It's like New York's Times Square. You can go in there. You can talk to other people or do whatever.
Hate that.
Do emotes on people.
Yeah.
Cool.
But hey, NetEase, shout out Guang Guang.
Wrong.
We love them. So keep
This
it
is Guang Guang.
coming.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Avengers Goons Day later this year. Yeah.
That's right.
Good.
We got
That's good.
Spider-Man Brand New Day coming out soon.
Hell yeah.
Sadie Sink Phoenix skin or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
We'll
Let
see.
that sink in. Oh, man. Well, is that what we've been gaming? I haven't been up to... Oh, I've been playing Wind Waker in Japanese as a way to study because it's kind of like lower vocabulary level because it's made for kids.
It's nice, Mike.
So that's just been something I'm doing on the side, They talk a lot about
That's cool. Wait, how are
Kaizo
you
2, which
playing
is
that, like,
pirates. You hear that in One Piece.
Playing that on Switch or...
On an emulator, the Wii U emulator, because I own the Wii U in the game, obviously, but I wanted to play it on my PC, so I emulated it, Wind Waker HD.
Nice.
Yeah, dog. That's my favorite Zelda, so that's just been a fun, study thing. Anyway.
That's a good one.
So
That's a
done,
good
eh?
one. Little Toon Link. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's head on
That's
over.
what
I
we've been
guess.
playing. That's what we've been watching.
Yeah.
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 Let's head on over to
That's
Final
it.
Thoughts.
Let's do it.
We're back here on Normies Like Us, and that was our big 390 Whatcha. 390 episodes, boys. We'll talk off pod.
Yes.
Listeners, truly, we got no idea what's coming up 10 episodes from now.
That's
Yeah.
right. Well,
We did
Ryan
something
Gosling
big.
retrospective.
What did we do for...
That's right.
What did we do for 300? Do we remember?
Well, 360 was our big deal, if you recall.
360, we did our Xbox 360 draft, which was
a great,
Well,
legendary
300, we
episode.
watched 300.
No, we did 300
we did 300 the movie
with my nemesis, Zack
400
Snyder.
Do we fill in another Zack Snyder film since we hate him so much?
Rebel Moon.
Oh, for 400, we do the Rebel Moon extended cuts. Ooh,
Oh my
that
god,
doesn't sound
can you
good at
imagine?
all. I try not
Here's what we
to.
do for 400.
Not that I remember them. Yeah.
For 400,
The
we
Scar
will
Giver.
talk the Francois Truffaut film, The 400 Blows.
There we go.
All
Put
right.
it on the books. We're getting cultured, normies.
Oh yeah,
Je l'appelle normies like us.
I like it.
That's right.
Bonsoir.
No, we'll have to, 1959's The 400 Blows. No, we'll have to think.
If
of
it doesn't
something, I
get
don't
much more normie than that, guys,
know. That's right. French New Wave, folks. Truffaut.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing it. No, we'll do something. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Real quick, I want to bring back a little segment we used to call I've Been Reading. Because I've been reading. I've been on and off over the last couple of years reading through all of William Gibson's early works. So I did the Neuromancer trilogy with Count Zero and stuff. Then now I'm on the Bridge trilogy, which is another cyberpunk trilogy his has composed of Virtual Light, Mona Lisa Overdrive, and all of Tomorrow's Parties. And I'm almost finished with all of Tomorrow's Parties. They're all kind of interconnected novels where you have characters from the first book coming back in the second or third book. So it's kind of like one giant narrative, and then each book has its own kind of thing going on. And they're a lot of fun. And then when I was thinking about finishing, I'm like, what do I read next? And then I was thinking, do I do Project Hail Mary? But then Andy Weir's like, I don't like political Star Trek. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to read your books now. So
Yeah, I don't. Andy Weir. I mean, his books make good movies, maybe, but maybe I just don't like his writing style so much in his dialogue. But that's a personal preference for me, I think.
Mike, did
Yeah.
you do the 3-body problem?
No, because I watched 3 minutes of the Netflix show and was like, this is terrible. But if that's good,
Hey, Benioff and
Usually
Weiss.
the book's much better. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's very acclaimed science fiction of recent years. Maybe worth getting into. I can add to I've been reading as well, just because I mentioned, obviously I showed off my A Song of Ice and Fire collection on our A Night of the Seven Kingdoms episode. I bought the book A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is the 3 novellas that have been published together. I also have Fire and Blood, which is the book that House of the Dragon is based on. And then, of course, I have the box set for A Song of Ice and Fire, the main series. I've read all those novels. I've read the whole series before. I also own them on audiobook because I also listen. I've read them multiple times in terms that I've read them once and then listened to them on audiobook. And because of basically I'm getting A Song of Ice and Fire pilled again because of that show and getting back into that universe, I started listening again to A Storm of Swords, which is the 3rd book in the series, my favorite book. And I've been listening on audiobook in my free time. A lot of my time when I listen to podcasts, instead of my usual podcast rotation, I've been listening to A Storm of Swords audiobook, which I've listened to before, but it's almost a comforting thing to me, like to jump back into that universe. So that's what I've been reading or listening to. And those audiobooks are narrated by Roy Dotrice, famously, who who's sadly passed away now, but he's an old British man who narrated those books. He also had a cameo in the Game of Thrones show as the pyromancer with the wildfire and stuff in season 2, I believe. But A Storm of Swords, my favorite book in the series, the 3rd book, basically the 3rd and 4th seasons of Game of Thrones, where you have the Red Wedding, Joffrey's wedding, all these different big events. Those happen in that book. So I've been listening to that and having a blast. So that's what I've been reading / listening to.
You been reading anything, Colin, or just chilling?
No, I have not. One Piece is crushing it right now.
Hey.
Always there for me.
Absolutely. There you go. Yeah, new volumes drop. Yes, I'm just on my cyberpunk bullshit. I guess I'll stick with Gibson because I still have like 3 more after this, maybe. I just love cyberpunk shit.
There you go. I love cyberpunk as well. But look, if you want to get into fantasy, maybe start reading A Song of Ice and Fire.
Wow.
Could. You know what? Yeah, that could be a thing too. I'm just trying to prepare for the techno dystopia that we're hurtling
Swap.
towards. Like
Yeah.
Sure.
2049
If you ever wanna
Ryan
borrow
Gosling
those
is me.
books.
I'm literally him. But I could borrow the books, yeah.
If you want, I'm not going to pressure you into it, but if you ever want to borrow any of the novels, I've got them. And I do want to start reading. I bought Fire and Blood, which I kind of want to start reading, but I don't want it to spoil the show from House of Dragon
fair.
coming in June. So
That's right. Yeah, I was just thinking about the literacy crisis in America, and I was like, you know what? I should probably get back to reading books before I usually read before I go to bed a couple chapters now.
It's good to read, honestly. Like when I was a kid, I used to read books all the time. I was a big book reader. Then this thing called the smartphone came out, and my attention span went like this.
Yeah.
And so it is good to read analog books. Like I think it actually is very healthy for your brain.
Yeah, I can't really read on a Kindle.
your
It's not my
attention span.
thing. I like a paper book.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I love an analog book.
you ever hear this quote from my favorite series? This guy said, "A mind needs books like a sword needs a whetstone." Who said that?
Wow, a little guy named Tyrion Lannister.
That's
said that,
right.
I believe.
And he's not wrong. He's
What
not
do
wrong.
we say to the god of death?
Not today.
Today.
Yeah, I replaced my
Valar
doom
Morghulis.
scrolling with page scrolling.
Wow.
Look, we all need to read more books and try to improve our attention spans, which have all gone to shit because of TikTok and social media and all this bad stuff that's poisoning our brains.
Clinically proving to be bad for your brain, and the AI chat GPT use.
Yeah.
Read a book, flex your brain, people, and also watch what we
That's
tell you to
right.
watch. But look at us. Look at how mature we are.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what we've been reading. That's what we've been watching. That's what we've been playing.
That's right.
Whatcha.
This has been 390.
390.
I'm proud of us, guys. I'm excited for the future.
Exactly. And
Me
so,
as well.
speaking of the future, as of the release of this, we had a big movie over the weekend that we are going to be talking about next week because, as we know, it's Super Mario's Galaxy, and we're just living in it. So,
Colin, you were talking up Nintendo.
Let's go.
Well, guess what? There's a big Nintendo thing this weekend.
let's go.
So
Make
yes,
$1
we will be
billion.
talking
doing my movie.
Super Galaxy Mario World,
That's
the
right.
movie, next week, and then of course Miyazaki. We return to Miyazaki for one last time with The Boy and the Heron.
At the end of the
Wow.
month.
And we also have a special episode coming up in 2 weeks on 420.
That's
Wink,
right.
Wink.
Wank, wank.
So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, see what we roll up for that one. But otherwise, yeah, man, good Whatcha.
Hey,
It's 390. Just blows my mind. So yeah,
Proud of us.
always good talking to you, fellas. Proud of us, and thanks, listeners, for listening.
Yes, and listeners, we can always be found at normies_like_us, where you can rate, review, subscribe to this podcast. Tell us what a good job we've done on these 390 episodes. We'd love to hear that, or air your grievances.
We
We'll
have a
read
praise
those
kink.
too.
Just
We'll read 'em
say we did a
live.
good job.
Yeah,
Did we do good?
Do have a
give us
praise kink,
compliments,
motherfuckers.
please.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, man. But yeah,
And check us out on YouTube as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know if you've been playing Marvel Rivals. Who's your main? Do you want to, queue duos with me? Let me know.
How many Gunner skins have you bought?
Yeah.
That's right. All right. I guess catch you
yeah.
next time.
We've been your
Catch you
hosts.
next
This is
time.
Colin.
This is Mike.
And this is Jacob. Take care, normies.
Hey.
Take care. Catch you next
Bye.
time. Bye.